If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
She's trading all night, stacking her claim. Ooh yeah. Market's so tight, she's playing the game. Hey, says she's got that glow nobody sees. Ooh yeah. Crypto's her flow, wild as she please. Yeah. She's riding pumps, ledgers are thrill. Ooh, feel her jumps, gains her will. Ha. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, born wild, she's the raider. Yeah. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, market tease, she's a danger. Hey. She dives so low, then shoots to the sky. Ooh yeah. Huddles her soul, she's riding it high. Hey. Whisper coins are mine, chaos in tow. Ooh yeah. Crypto's her grind, watch her glow. Yeah. She's riding pumps, ledgers a thrill. Ooh, feel her jumps, gains her will. Ha. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, born wild, she's a raider. Yeah. Oh, she's sweet but a traitor. Ooh, market tease, she's a danger. Yeah. Oh, notice on her chase. Ooh yeah. Oh, gains fuel her pace. Yeah. Oh, traders her grace. Sweet but a traitor. Ooh, market danger. Yeah.
Alright, dude, let's fuck man. They say, oh my god, your wallet's on fire. Stacking sats, I'm pumping higher. Ooh, yeah. Grab my trades, my dear, chase the moon so bright. Crypto's got me rocking, dancing through the night. You hooked me deep when I bought that pump. Oh yeah, I'm spinning wild till the bull run jumps. Woo! Pump for me, pump for me, pump for me. Oh, 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 oh. Stack those gains, stack those gains. Go, go, go. I've never felt a moonshot blaze like this before. Ooh, they say ride it up, I'll dance it all once more. They say move for me, move for me. Hey, hey, hey. Bull runs close, I sway, I'm the play. FOMO's beat won't stop, I'm a pumping star. Crypto hums my groove, dancing near and far. Ooh, you hooked me deep when I bought that pump. Ooh, yeah, I'm spinning wild till the bull run jumps. Ooh, pump for me, pump for me, pump for me. Oh, 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 oh. Stack those gains, stack those gains. Go, 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 go. I've never felt a moonshot blaze like this before. Ooh, they say ride it up, I'll dance it all once more. All once more. All once more. Ooh yeah, chasing sats till the floor's on fire. Oh, oh, oh. Cup on me. Oh, and you'll be.
Yeah, neon lights tonight. Yeah, rising through the night. Caught in the glow, where the charts collide, dips fade away. I'm on this neon ride, sats in my veins. FOMO's electric spark, ooh yeah. Crypto's my pulse, beating through the dark, yeah. Yeah. Gas fees flicker, whales dance in the haze. I'm stacking dreams in this digital maze. Every coin I claim lights a moonlit flame, ooh, smooth. Bull runs my wave, I'm rewriting the game. Neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through the dark, I'm flying high. Yeah, yeah. Crypto's glow won't fade my soul. Bull run shines, I found my goal. Neon bull run, 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 oh, oh. Rook pulls behind, I've broke their chains. Flipped the spark to gold, washed away the stains. Markets are hung, echoes in my core, ooh yeah. Moons lift me up, I'm craving more, yeah. Yeah. Dips turn to light, I'm riding this gleam. Every crash I dodge, every win supreme. Crypto's my rhythm, flowing through my sight. Bull runs my dawn, burning up the night. Neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through the dark, I'm flying high. Yeah, crypto's glow won't fade my soul. Bull run shines, I found my gold. Neon bull run, 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 oh, 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 oh. Yeah, neon lights ignite, oh yeah. Now I'm stacking stars, I've broke it all, yeah, yeah. Crypto's my spark, my fight, my gleam. Bull runs my pulse, living the dream. Glow through the chaos, rise through the grind. Neon's my fire, I'm one of a kind. Neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through the dark, I'm flying high. Yeah, crypto's glow won't fade my soul. Bull run shines, I found my gold. Neon bull run, 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 oh, 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 yeah. Neon lights ignite, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Rising through the night. Neon bull run, 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 oh, oh.
Check, check, 1, 2.
In the digital realm where the pixels dance, I'm the trader, the player, the main chance. On the charts, I see the signs, the patterns, trend lines, candlesticks, the market's own tattoos. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market, I
We're almost
ride
there.
the tide.
Thank you for being patient. Sorry I'm late. Man, almost 30 minutes late. Can't blame it on Sean, it was me.
In the crypto market I navigate. MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. Highs and lows, the rhythm of the trade. Stay focused, don't let the noise invade. Technical analysis, my trusted guide. In the crypto market I ride the tide. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market I navigate. In the chaos, I find the signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. Crypto patterns, they come and go. Stay ahead, let the market flow. Buy the dip, sell the peak, don't hesitate. In the crypto market, I navigate. In the digital realm, I'm the king. Trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they come and go. In the crypto market I go. MACD, RSI, the tools of my trade. Volume spikes where the profits are made. Bullish and bearish, the market's mood. Stay alert, the game is never subdued. In the chaos, I find a signal. In the noise, I see the details. With every trade, I grow and thrive. In the crypto market, I stay alive. In the digital realm, I'm the king. Trading patterns, my everything. Crypto patterns, they come and go. In the crypto market, I glow.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your daily dose of belated? A little bit cold, but you know, still very good. He might heat up. But some turkey, leftover turkey. Anyone? This is probably when we should ring the cowbell. Get all them little demons out of here. Get out of here, little demon. Go, little demon. Get on out of here, you little evil little feelings. Get out of here. You need a cowbell.
Here they come to watch the turkey. Oh yeah, yeah. Here come the turkey. Yeah, you know he's gonna call it right. No, 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 no. He's gonna call it right. Here they come to watch the turkey. Oh yeah, yeah.
Are you
Here come the
serious?
turkey, yeah.
No.
You know he's gonna call it right.
No, don't do
No,
it.
no, no. He's gonna call it right.
We got no camera. Let me see if I can fix this without shutting down OBS. Thank you, Mercury.
Here they come to watch the turkey. Oh yeah, yeah. Here comes the turkey. Yeah, you know he's gonna call it right. No, 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 no. He's gonna call it right. I see my viewers, they're a curious breed. They're searching for the next big thing, the fortunes to read. They're clicking on the turkey, their hearts beating fast. They're ready to ride the waves, their crypto portfolios to amass. Here they come to watch the turkey. Oh yeah, yeah. Here come the turkey. Yeah, you know he's gonna call it right. No, 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 no. He's gonna call it right.
We got camera.
Yeah, yeah, Crypto Glow, let's go.
So bright, stacking high.
Wake up charts flashing green in my sight. Dips in the rearview, moons in my flight. Stacking them sats, yeah, I'm riding the wave.
Ladies and
FOMO's my fuel,
gentlemen.
man, I'm digging my
We're
grave.
finally ready.
Whales throw shade, but I dodge their play. Gas fees bites till I slay all day. Crypto's my hustle, I'm breaking the mold. Bull runs my stage, watch me glow so bold. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, just get ready for the Tucky finally before something else happens.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
The DN are around here. What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going, everybody? Look behind me on the daily. We got a little movement out of altcoins. We kind of expected that might happen on the weekend. Nothing phenomenal just quite yet. But about 2% on some of these. Some of the lower cap ones, 100, 200. Those guys are moving a little bit more than the top 100. So people are looking at some of those cheaper. Redcoin has been gaining some ground. And I'm Redstone. That's what you are. Okay, gotcha. That's one of the new ones, huh? One of the new ones to get everybody to come in on that 40. It's down at 42, 43 cents. Now it's doubled up. Chase it, baby. Chase it. It'll never go back down. That's kind of what they want you to believe when it first comes out. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. So happy to have you here. It's going to be a weird one. Strap in. There's weird stuff going on everywhere right now. But hey, and I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off tonight. But I've had enough. Today was the day that it just like, that's it. That's it. One more claim like that. That's it. Let me make sure that I can be heard, that our microphone is on. And let me come over to the chats and say hello to everybody over here. Are we not going? Let me make sure that everything's working. On the screen that I'm looking at, you guys are still on the intro screen. Is this right? That's some weird crap. There, no, on my tablet, we're here, though. And I have dark eyes again. Are we? Okay, let me refresh this one. They got some weird crap going on. Drive the D-gens out. Not the D-gens, the gens. The D-gens can stay. Are we good? Okay, we're good there, kinda. All right, let me get the pop out chat. I never said I was graceful. But thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for being patient. And my apologies again for being late. I am 40 minutes late from when I said I set up the stream. I guess whatever I'm taking to help me out, it really puts me under sometimes. And it put me in a nice sleep. Of course, my sleep habits don't help much either. Let me say hello to everybody. We got EW. How's it going? Wakey, bait time. Becky. We got Sam. Shout out to Joe for Trade Intuition. Uh-oh. I almost didn't click on the video and I looked at the homepage and saw it was Road Dog. Yeah. We got Ryan K, Auto Poncho. Someone dip Bitcoin real quick and set off his alerts and you'll wake up. We got Chris Ladavi Medina. There's Joe again. Now I'm just repeating everything. Jay Violet, how's it going? Jay Violet, always glad to have you here. MG Motorsports from across the world, from over here. And glad to have you here, man. So happy. So glad to. That's so cool to have people from all over. I like that. Everybody ought to get along around the world anyway. I think we would if we didn't have politicians. Hey, there's Sam again, Chief and Keith. And we're repeating everybody in the sin. We're way past introductions. Avi Medina says, discover Road Dog Crypto, the artist bringing you motivational, educational, and uplifting music with a positive vibe. Some of them are, there's some of them they're kind of bummers, but they speak about the truth. Oh man, the market's not always up. Stream now on YouTube Music, Spotify. I like that. Thank you for that. That helps. I'm not out here to show anything, but trading groups are not matching on all the trading groups. There's some good people out there, good groups out there. Not bashing on the people in the groups. But that's not what I do. That's not what I'm trying to do. I will show a Tangem wallet, which I think everybody's about saturated Tangem wallets anyway, but I do like to throw this one out there. Because you get 10% off if you use the little airplane symbol flying around the dog. Save 10% off. That's about my only shield other than my fake shield, which is the making fun of them only fan footsie fan groups. Yeah, you know who you are, love that. Thank you for your support, you little freak. Anyway. Let me make sure I'm not overpowering you guys with music or anything. First, no, we are a crypto channel, so first we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. This is on the 1 hour. We're flat and sideways. It's boring ass weekend. Blah. That's about it. The most that we can hope for is maybe altcoins are going to start to move. So I'd be looking over here at total 3, which I got it over here. And sure enough, they are. So cool. Yay, Bitcoin going sideways. Altcoins starting to go up as Bitcoin dominance and going down. That's, man, we couldn't ask for anything better for this weekend. So take profits while you can, because it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to stay this way. They are going to, I mean, hopefully we'll get some good movement. We'll look at that after we have our bitch session, or maybe we'll look at it before the bitch session. She's got to break out, and then, you know, she's got some other areas to recover. It'd be great. We have a few other $1 billion coming to the market over the weekend. But what I expect them to do is just try and entice retail to buy the little thumbs up so they can dump on your ass. We got to be taking our profits pretty quick in altcoins anymore. But things are starting to look pretty good. I mean, the Dixie, the dollar behind my head, starting to come down. That's good. SPX coming down too. That's not as helpful, but I think they're going to find some support here short, let them take right off again. And I may be wrong, but that's what's hindering us right now. That's one of the biggest things, is what's going on in the world, the regular market. So we got to keep that in mind too. And is that going to be solved on tomorrow just because everybody's ready for Bitcoin to go up? No, the world does not revolve around Bitcoin yet. Not yet anyway. But we got a window of opportunity, I believe, because we've just reclaimed this level in total 3. That's pretty cool, actually. If we can get past this trend line on here, I would expect a stronger move up. Hopefully for altcoins. We'll look at that in a little bit. Right now, I'm going to start getting into bitch mode. Who's ready to hear bitch mode? I got 26 people here, and I'm sorry, but it's got to come out. I don't know. I hope I can play some clips. But let's just jump in. Oh, but in the Telegram group, a few minutes later, so Road Dogg's off his rocker. Why is he going off today? He's freaking out. All he's doing is talking about this dude all day. Well, here's why. Let me show you what's been going on. I've created drama over here just between me, myself, and I. But I know that's going to piss people off, but I got receipts on this. Let's go. All right, so it started. I posted a long time ago, and I couldn't. It's on here somewhere. But, okay, it was March 9th, March 10th. Do you remember that? Right before we had our big drop on Bitcoin. We were having our drop, but then we finally hit the lows. All right, well, today, this guy here has come on saying that he called the absolute bottom there, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sorry, but he's not the only one with pattern recognition, but, some of us others are pretty good at it too. And he's got patterns and tails and everything else on him. And I'm sure the analysts and poker players could, have already categorized him as a greasy car salesman. I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not being nice. This is it, because he's caught his greasy car salesman ways, bragging about, this no other channel does what they do, blah, blah, blah. That basically just puts down everybody else in this space when you're out there doing that. I mean, that's not the best way to make friends. Anyway. Oh man, I mean, he used to come on and diss all the other YouTubers on his come up in this before he flipped the script, and now he's all positive, or so he says, right? But I remember saying things about Tom Crown. I don't know if I trust anybody who wears sunglasses. Just little snide comments, always putting people down. Whoever the other person was, he was very guilty of doing that. I have no freaking feelings about bashing this guy today, and I mean, I've withheld, but the dude. I mean, he's flattened out either one of two things. Either this guy is delusional and does not have a good sense of reality and what has happened. Therefore, he's suspect to follow, to trust with your funds and everything. Because either he's delusional and not in touch, or two, and I hope this is not the case, but it's the only option we got. He's doing this intentionally, and the only intentionally way is to just fleece money out of his people, okay? You don't go around doing this unless you're trying to do that. We're going to spend a lot of time here, so this ain't what you want to talk about tonight. I'm sorry, but this is where my head's at. Let's get it out. Let's rip off the Band-Aid. Let's talk about it. Let's get through this, and then maybe it won't eat at me anymore. The dude's been psychoanalyzing anybody that asks him a freaking question on his show lately, from what I've seen. Anybody that has, I know you're hurting. I know where you've been. You got that negative attitude in you. Listen, mister. We got a lot to unpack here, baby. People are just trying to help you, man, trying to tell you. You're wondering why you got the haters. Why you always got somebody saying something against you, but you can't see what you're presenting out here, my man? You can't see what you're throwing out there, how you're just stepping right into that big old pile of bull crap. Yeah, kind of bring this to yourself here, because on this day when we were down at the bottom that you did not call, that you called, that you said you did today, you were going short. That was your official call, and I got the receipts today to bring all of this. I can see it better here. So we're just going to break this down because I took snapshots. I've even got the videos. Hopefully I got it pulled up. We didn't go over the video because I put some timestamps in here too. Okay, the same stream. Here he was. No bottom called, but he's calling for 76,000. At another one here, he was calling for 68,000 on this one. But you know, he's got different time frames or whatever. He's got some weird thing. Most of the time, his targets, if you watch him, he picks out. He doesn't measure move, which it's measured. Therefore, you're trying to be picky for it, and he stretches that sucker, trying to look at the angle, so it points in the same direction. He's referred to it being his OCD habit. Anyway, since he's got bookmap, he used to just take it to whatever support and resistance line he had marked from the past. And he was stretching. I've always I asked about that, and that got me labeled weirdo. But he breaks the rules. He's very sloppy for the rules that you have for pattern traders, and I think that's what it is. He ruffles pattern traders' feeling, because he's just sitting there like, this is. It's like he's playing it as a game and not for real, with the way that he does some of the things. But anyway. Out of all the YouTubers that I see, this is the only one. This is the only one that keeps coming up on my feed that's doing some shady stuff, or he gets accused of doing shady stuff. We'll talk about it. I'm not. We're alleged. March 10th, same stream, no bottom call, but he's calling for 76,000. So my question was, how did he call the absolute bottom so boldly and falsely claimed this morning? And but he does it on every top and every bottom. Yeah, go back to the bottom that we had for the cycle. He was shorting that. He was calling for down on that. And now he's repeatedly referred to himself as nailing it. And he'll go to last cycle's tops, and he got it too. Every top, every bottom, wherever low, they just got it, and they just got. But the reality doesn't. It's never that way at the time. But in hindsight, it always is. Now, I don't know if that's intentional or if the man's delusional. I don't know. But either way, there's something going on here. This is the book map, and that's usually where he likes to take his little targets. And that's usually where he takes his measured moves. I've peeped that out for most people can peep that out if they look. So here it is, the March 10th at hour 5 minutes timestamp. He was calling for a lower low. And that's where we were. And then I'm sure this may be what he's remembering. He put that he might be referring to the Adam and Eve to the upside. Had a little flag on it. He went all bullish during this because this is on the 1 minute time frame. But he flip-flopped as soon as that went red and come down here. Look, his little line come back out again, and also he kicked it off before. I think he left it there. Anyway, back on there. Then that call was over. He left us. And what he was, I don't know, this might sound familiar, but he saw, or the shoulder, head, and shoulder. See, shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside. That thing. So we're going up, down, sideways, and both ways. And that's the only way you could. And the claim's are 90% accurate. But it's not just for him. He's got his echo chamber chain. If you can't say, he banned somebody today. I don't know what the hell, but if they say anything that's contrary, you're out of here. He got a little echo chamber. Anybody that says anything, ask even a legitimate question, you get banned. You get banned. You get thrown out. You wonder why. We'll get to that. Brock had some insights about that behavior too, when it comes to how grifters behave, and we're going to break that down. He likes Grok. Maybe he needs to hear this. So, why does it piss me off? Well, during this time when he was doing his little stream, I had an all-day musical stream, right? But you don't ever see me out. Oh, down that bottom, we called them up. I mean, and that is poor sportsmanship if there's ever anything in this game. You do not want to bring your ego and emotion into this game, and that's all this man does, because ego and emotion is what sells. That's what salesmen use. I used to be a salesman. I know. Hated it. Because they push you to do more things that they're more beneficial to the company than the customer. Always. And it's a way to fleece. So you got, I'm not bashing salesmen. I know see salespeople have to do their job, but they do put a lot of, if you're in a true sales job, you got a lot of pressure on you. You do. And over time, that just eats away at you. It'll eat away at the spirit inside you, and it'll just suck you dry. It just does, because you're going to put off a false front. It was for me. I'm going to put up a false front every day. Being that extroverted person, because I'm an introvert. I'm a total introvert. Anyway. I was calling for a hopeful double bottom. We're talking about that, but it's nothing. We got to wait for confirmations. You can't just go, blah, blah, blah. Is that what the excuse is? But you don't see me in hindsight saying I called this right to the. I mean, I'm going to say the techniques that we used here are pretty freaking amazing, and nail it better than anything that Mr. Flag Chaser would ever get. This is kind of what I was doing. I'm not just trying, but we're looking for confirmations and explaining. The worst scenario we're looking for is to come up here and roll over, but the different areas and the ones I got to see it get confirmed before we're more confirmed that, hey man, we got to bottom in. But one of the things that was, is it going to be on here? Can I show that? Yeah, it was our fifth. This is a 1.113 retracement. That's what we had on, I believe it was the 9th. And then we also had a couple other lower targets down here. And I think, in actuality, I think we did go just a wee bit lower. I think we did hit like, well, I'm just saying. But that was the first signs of a bottom we had, and I remember just thinking, hey man, this could hold. That was my call, and this could hold. I didn't say we're definitely in. I'm not looking back and trying to say, well, we nailed it, we're at the specials. Nobody else does this around here, because that's just, I mean, you don't need to get those kind of ideas in your head unless you want to lose your money this cycle. Keep your head together, man. If the market makers are running amok and running retail, and they're doing it through their emotions, and if you're told that the one thing that you need to control in this game is your emotions, what the hell is this man selling you? Because that's all he's about, is getting them emotions. Even when he trades, he's in his emotions. But he gets you in your emotions, or whatever side. It's just not. It's not good for this. It's just not good. Anyway. Let's move on here. So those were the things I was putting out there. We already did that. But this is at the end of his March 10th stream, 2 hours, 3 minutes into it. This is his last. This is it. He says, "I gave you my call. I gave you my call. I gave you my idea. It looks like we may head lower, and you never know." I know nothing but the fact my own ignorance. Blah, blah. You get that spiel. Okay? And you got to remember, he was confused as hell back then. He was confused as hell. But now, in retrospect, we're calling bottom. Like he was Nostradamus, knew it was coming. He has a special sauce, and that's the image that he portrays to the people, and the people eat it up, especially the new people. And then, what are they going to do this cycle? You get stuck in that grind, you're going to be here next cycle, and the end of this cycle and say, where's all my gains? Man, I didn't make nothing this cycle. Why? And they're just going to, this is your first cycle, man. You got to be in it 2 or 3. Whatever bullshit. He's just going to tell you whatever makes him look good. I know nothing but the fact of my man. This was his call. This was a call. And this was his short. That was his short. He had a short to 68,000. That is where he left on that day. And I just don't. Let's see if we can actually. Oh, that's not it. I thought I had it. Let's see if we can actually get the. Do you guys want to see where he actually says it? Let's get a little music going here. So this is the man over here, and he's almost got 200. I mean, he's almost got his 100,000 subs in. Started out wearing a hoodie, gold chain, being the rapper, making fun of people wearing suits. By the way, who he's making fun of them in the space. Seems like he's done that a lot and putting them down. But now that, ironically, that's the image that he decided to start giving off there. He got no music at all. So under the lives. And I think we'll be able to hear this. So 5 days ago on the 10th, or let's go with the day. Tell me if you guys can hear this. Let me know if you can hear it.
Shades, risk and thrill as courage fades, lightning gains in crypto raids.
Don't know if you remember, we call that absolute bottom. Did you guys hear that? I want to leave it there. I haven't got any response from the chat. We got 40 people here. That's I know some of you are going to be hating on me. I know. I had to take to Twitter and do a call out on this, and I'm sorry, but that's not how it happened. That's not what happened back there. That's not how she happens. He was calling both ways, and he was shorting. And I'm sorry, but that's just not what he was. And I've just seen that happen too many times. And this is one of the times for everybody else that's been out there, thinking it and not saying it. I just got to come out and. Well, I got to get it off my chest. I asked Grok about this to get his opinion, and I posted my responses over here. And Grok says that a grifter. Ask what a grifter was. It said a grifter is a person who engages in deception or trickery to swindle others out of money, goods, or trust, typically through charm, manipulation, or fraudulent schemes. Unlike a straightforward thief, a grifter relies on cunning and persuasion, often posing as someone trustworthy, like a salesman, an advisor, or even a romantic partner, to exploit their victims. The term comes from an early 20th century American slang. Does this get bigger? It comes from a 20th century American slang, likely derived from graft, meaning corrupt profit. Grifters are associated with confidence tricks, or cons, where they gain a mark's confidence, that means victim target, before pulling off the scam. Think of classic examples like selling fake goods, running pyramid schemes, or pretending to be in distress to solicit donations. In pop culture, characters like the con artists in The Sting, or real-life figures like Bernie Madoff, although he operated on a grander scale, captured the grifter vibe. It is less about brute force and more about playing on human greed, naivety, or hope. Oh, and the motivational speakers are all known for being one of the biggest grifters out there. I'm just saying, they got their reputation. They earned a lot of it. It reminds me a lot of the real estate gurus I used to see on late night infomercials back in the day, in the early 2000s. They make all their money at them seminars. If you didn't know, that's how they made their money. With the real estate things, mostly through that. I mean, they had some real estate. Don't get me wrong. They had some real estate skills, but they made the money. The chatter came from selling those big, expensive courses and seminars because they just tug you into a rabbit. Oh, $6,000, you can join this level. $20,000, you can join this level, and then you can do this and learn this. And yeah, this whole setup on YouTube it reeks of that kind of bullcrap. And I just see that going on too much. Listen. If you're really, really, really good at what you do, you can make a living doing it, and you don't have to. The problem that I have with this guy is he gets so offended if anybody talks and calls out the obvious. Okay, which we'll get into here. Based on the details you provided, the YouTube's I just got with Grok. Make sure, hey man, make sure I'm okay. You know, it's not just me being all in my ego or something. No, just to make sure I'm, clarity check. Based on the details you provided, this YouTube personality's behavior, I didn't mention any names, raises several red flags that align with characteristics of a grifter. Someone who uses deception or manipulation for personal gain. Let's break it down. This is what Grok is so cool. This is Grok. First, the $99 a month subscription for a Discord trading group with about 2,000 members generates significant revenue, about $198,000 monthly. Let me say that again. If he's got about 2,000 members, that's almost $2,000 a month from trading group income. A month. He went from not close to being a millionaire to a multimillionaire during a bear market without shorting. Pops out of the bear market almost a multimillionaire. But it's not from group income, it's from his trading skills. That's been the whole story the whole time. That's the problem that I have. That's not fair. That's not accurate. He's trying to sell you a bill of goods that you can trade your way to millions just like him. But you got to put in the work and stick with him for years too, right? The $99 a month thing. Might take you a lot of years, his tutelage, to get to the level he's at right now. But he got there from trading. I mean, not the other businesses, not the other things that it's all leaning toward the story he presents. And this is part of the deception, that he made it trading. That's what the new people are seeing, and that's what he's selling out there. That's what he's putting out there. Every once in a while, he'll come out with something. Well, of course I got business income. I'm a CEO. And he's on that spiel, but he gets very touchy about that. But I was, and what I said on my Twitter thing, I was like, the IRS knows the truth about this. His tax people know the truth about this. Unless he's trying to swindle them, and then that will catch up with him. You don't do that. But, it either goes down on that tax form as income or some investment income, which would be your there would be there's a difference in the tax structure on that, ladies and gentlemen. And that would be out there. I'm just saying. And so would, his actual profit and loss reports and things like that, because I know he's added money to his trading accounts. He does it smoke and mirrors, adds a little bit more, takes out a little bit less. Oh, look, now we're up to $29,000. The dude's been stuck about $12,000 on, and now he's got 3 accounts to just really get you all. I don't know which one we're looking at today. Got a little three shell Monty going on there right now. But I can tell you, since December, he's been at 12,000. 12, he'll go up to 13, 12, and 13, and that's fine. It's not about. It's about you're trying to sell that you don't have the receipts to show that you traded your way to $1 million. And you shouldn't be making that claim. That's where you're getting all the heat, baby. All the heat comes from not being transparent about where the money comes from. And I guess he's got in his head, well, if they think I'm getting all the money from the trading group, they're not going to respect me as a trader. Maybe, but just be real. Because people smell the bullshit. They're seeing it everywhere. People ain't stupid. It's like you're thinking. It's like you've been a Democrat thinking that everybody's going to hate Trump, or something crazy like that. I mean, no. The America woke up and they saw all the crap going on, and saw through the bullshit, and other people can see through this bullshit too. I'm just saying. Anyway. I'm going to read this whole damn thing. So 42 people. Oh, you guys find this entertaining instead of the charts that actually we normally just stick to? Okay. Do you feel this way too? Do you feel this way too? I'll get to the chat here. I'm sure it's going to be juicy. I might get my first hate chats tonight. I don't know. But one of the things he claims to have to charge because of all the riffraff in his groups and stuff, and I'm like, man, I've never experienced that in our group. Never have I. I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's a good reason at all. But whatever it was, you sure ain't wanting to knock it down from that 99. Still add on some other things, add on some, It first started out with just, doing some courses, doing a class, and that was commendable. But once he got a taste of that trading group money, and it seems to corrupt a lot of people. I'm just saying, most people will get trading groups. The money, you look at them before and after the trading group, 2 different worlds, because a lot of money comes real quick in those trading groups. Your dog could have started, and been pushing trading groups, but I'm like, I don't want to go down that route. And especially, you get tired of having to see, they have to shill this stuff all the damn time. They spend more time talking about their trading group than they do the actual trading. And just like Annie said, you got people here trying to sell you something, or you got people, Andy from Trade Chill, Travel Trade Chill, you got the people who generally love what they do and are trying to help people. And then you got the ones that are just trying to feed off of everybody. And I'm sorry, but I'm putting him in that category. Love Annie, Trade Travel. That's somebody to watch. You want to learn something about trading. If you want another source, there's a bunch of other people here on YouTube that can teach you, get you to the levels you want to be a lot faster than signing up and giving away your money to this dude and whatever this flag chasing bullshit. I mean, if you haven't noticed, it's always the same thing. Imagine what you're going to learn. From what I can tell, every video, the course videos and all those videos he promotes in his Discord, they're clips from his show where it's not much forethought. It's just like, this is what I feel like saying right now. And whatever bullshit comes off of his head, whether it's regurgitated information, he's not backing it up. He's not showing you why. He's just saying, trust me, bro, this is what it is. I've seen it many, many times. I mean, if that appeals to you, that's your learning style, if you're learning from him and you're making all kinds, if you're not sitting there wondering, how come everybody else seems to be doing good and I'm not? Is it just me? Is it my fault? Maybe he says it's my fault. It's not your fault. Oh, you're being duped and you're being sent down the wrong, or doing some very unwise things at the benefit of other people who have not cared to actually dig in deeper and learn more other than whatever they learned in their trading group. This dude was actually in the trading group that I was in and the trading group that Joe was in. We got a little background on this. The trading group, Crypto Bitcoin Grift, the trading group operator, who also got that blow up money. Now, they never taught us how to trade leverage, and that's why he didn't know either. I had to learn all that too. And why he was always down on leverage for the longest time until a few years ago, and then he got into that game and saw that, ooh, that gets everybody watching me, and it does. Apparently that 1 minute thing, but before that, he was totally against leverage trading, totally against it. It was spot swing trading, and I used to watch him then. I mean, his personality rubbed me, but and everything. But I thought he was much more on his game with the swing trading idea, although he was chasing just the hottest coins or whatever. And like the bad habits that we got from the trading group and getting in way too many coins and things like that. But at least he seemed a little bit more real then, even though we were shielding more courses. And that was okay. And a lot of the group, but I don't think the group was as big then. But ever since then, man, he just went on this whole leverage trading bandwagon, trying to be the man, trying to be a crypto face. Even after the Bitcoin conference last year, he tried to give like an $80,000 account, putting a lot of more money over there and moving things, because he was trying to go hard one time, and I think he realized that was probably a dumb call. But I mean, the fact is, if you made millions doing this, you should be able to show receipts. I was always wondering why Crypto Bitcoin Chris in the group that I was in, why he never showed us. He would talk about the same big trades. Man, I went all in on Neon, and that's the last cycle, dude. This is from cycle before. Made a killing and B&B. That was the only two big stories he could have, and I'm like. And then it became okay, well, you're making your money from the group. Okay, I see. But he wasn't out here always, or I told you this, and he wasn't always on this kick and all this. It's a different animal. But man, eventually that money got to him, though. And the money will. And that's one of the warnings we need to look at in our lives, too. Make him be another rich asshole out here. Because it seems like money can make assholes out of people really, really well. And pompous, egotistical assholes. It seems to have that effect on people very easily. Sometimes when you see them portfolios going up, you might find that little thing trying to seep up inside yourself. I've seen it seep up. I'm like, oh my God. Dude, that thought was, you're being such an asshole thinking that. So, I mean, it does. The money affects our emotions. Emotions affect our money. Very true. But anyway, Crypto Bitcoin Chris from our trading group, he said a lifer, when he first joined him, couldn't even draw a triangle. But the story you get is that he's been a professional for 15, damn near 20 years. But the other people have been traders, where they traded commodities, Forex, stocks, They know as soon as he opens his mouth that what he meant was, he must have filled out his 401k at McDonald's or whatever job that he was taking at the time. And the man, I mean, I honestly think he looks at life this way. He's a fake it till you make it kind of guy. Those little things count as stock trading. So I got 20 years experience. Check. I meet that criteria. I swear I think that's what's going on with this dude. Anything that kind of just checks a box, even if you got to stretch your imagination to fill in. Well, my uncle's cousin, Aunt Murda, she had I can check that box off too. It's freaking weird. But the trading group said he came into the group not knowing pretty much his ass from his hole on the ground. He couldn't even draw a triangle. That's the exact quote. And that's there on YouTube. Maybe I should find that. But here we go. So about $198,000 monthly, or about $2.3 million annually. Now that almost makes sense. Even if he only had 1,000 members in there, he'd be making over $1 million a year during the bear market. That makes a lot more sense because he damn sure didn't have any big trades. Biggest one he had was Caspa, and then he gave up half that profit. Second biggest one he had was Solana, and he's done nothing but recycle that up and down to the highs and the lows. And when you peep it out, all he's doing is hodling his bags. He's not even trade spot. He's not even swing trading those bags. Maybe somewhat of his on exchange, but most of them are just hodled back, and nothing wrong with that. But he's not. That's not what he's presenting. He's not presenting to you how he's trying to get all these different streams of passive income and funnel into Bitcoin, which is the genius plan. That's really what he's doing. That's the secret to wealth right there. And he might hint at it, but he's not open to know because he wants to show you that he's the man chasing them flags and forced patterns and cups and handles to the upside, always to the upside. Unless you don't know, then it's some kind of triangle that could break out both ways at the same time. But hey, if you're making a lot of winning trades with that, don't let me badmouth you. If it's working for you, go for it. But I don't see that working for nobody. A lot of things he does was a lot of bad habits we're trying to weed out. But he does talk the talk. He just does not walk the walk. A lot of times what I find him preaching about usually is things that he needs to be hearing himself. That seems to be what's going on there. If you really, really peep it out and the messages he's trying to get across. And maybe that's just human nature. Maybe that comes out on a lot of us. I don't know. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's the way it's presented. He is the expert. He wants to be seen as the expert. He's got to have that validation. And if you don't give it to him, you're not going to be part of his world. Not that you need to be, because I don't think he's that positive. It's a positivity that looks down on others. That's not positive and uplifting. Grifters often rely on selling hopes or access like subscriptions rather than demonstrating a genuine skill or success of their touted field. Let me say that again. Grifters, this is from Grok, smarter than most of us. Grifters often rely on selling hope or access like subscriptions rather than demonstrating genuine skill or success. So if you're not demonstrating that skill and success and showing us the receipts where your system is actually working, that's a problem, Bubba. That's a problem. It's one thing to analyze and get out here, but another one, if you're saying, I'm going to show you the road to millions, and you didn't do it that way, that is untruth. That is not a reflection of reality or truth. Therefore, what does that make that? Not the road, not the proper road to go down to for anybody to follow. Second, their trading style, scalping Bitcoin with $1,000 margin. A lot of times he'll use 1,000, 2,000, maybe 500 sometimes. About a 33x, which no, that's not a bad, but he sells on the first side of red candles. He doesn't. He trades a plan. He gives you this. He figures out the big old target, the little green box, the little red box, but he never lets that play out. I think he's been trying to on some of them, and he's seen better gains by doing it. But if he's in there in the moment, first red candle, he's out, and then he's like, yeah, I did that for a win. Let's see what he says. Their trading style, scalping Bitcoin with $1,000 margins at 33x leverage, bailing at the first side of red candles for about $50 to $100 gains. Sounds more performative than profitable. And that's apparent from the account never growing. Unless he happens to get a lucky win that he slept over. And then he does not shut up about it. If he will not shut up about it. He's bragging. He's actually showing up the percentages and the little dollar sign, because usually it's just the percentages, right? You don't see, well, how much did you make on that? Massive. What is massive? It's because he's called it massive gains. And it turns out that anything like $25 to $50 is considered massive gains, but your losses of $25, $100, $200, oh, that's nothing, man. I made $4,000 the other day. $4,000, that's good. What, it's going to bother me? It's not going to bother me. Yeah, well, that would equate to a massive loss, would it not? Why aren't we calling this what it is? Either we're exaggerating the wins or we're minimizing the losses. Why don't we just tell the truth? Why don't we why don't you just show it? Or if you got to come here and talk about it and you can't show it, don't talk about it. But if you're only going to talk about the ones that you just really, really won and you get so excited, you're giving it away right there. You can tell that this is not normal behavior for you. You can tell, I got down on that red candle. Yeah. You can tell that you're not used to playing these things out at all. Anyway, high leverage scalping can amplify gains, but it's also insanely risky. A 3% move against them could wipe out the position. Now, I'll give him credit where credit is due. He does well on managing the levels pretty well. However, when it goes down a little bit, now he did start out with $10,000. I don't remember if you remember this back on MEXC. The tale was to take $10,000 and double it and go up to $100,000, and that's cool. We all want to do that. But in reality, what happened over the months and months went by, it went from $10,000 down to $5,000, and he kept adding money in. Now, he kept saying, "I'm taking the money out," and sometimes he would show this, "I'll take this winnings out and go over here and buy Bitcoin." Yeah, well, that's us messing with the account, all right? That's us. That's the 3-card Monty smoking mirror stuff, and that gets you off the game of backtracking that account. I'm sorry, if you're going to do this and you're going to prove to people that you got a system that works, you're not going to be moving funds around and doing stuff like that. If you got something that you can prove and document it, you don't skew it by doing that. And I'm sorry that he does it. Money in, money out, and then you can say whatever you want to do about it, but he never shows how much he's put in to that account or how much he's taken out on that account. He could do that and just squash this right now. I'm talking about that MEXC one, baby. That's the one that's got the wild rides on it. He's got some new ones. That would be the ones he would probably pull up. So, yeah, I haven't done any of that. Well, yeah, that counts just, 2 weeks old. Consistently exiting early for small profits while avoiding losses may look good on stream for optics. Let me say that again. Consistently exiting early for small profits while avoiding losses might look good on the stream for optics. See, I'm winning, and that's exactly what you get. But it's not a sustainable strategy for growing an account to millions. If they've shown little to no account growth over 3 years despite adding external funds, it suggests that their trading isn't the wealth generator they claim. Go figure. But yet, that's the claim. Is that what you pick up? What do you pick up? When you listen to him, when he's on there, what does he tell you? Even sometimes, you'll hear him say he doesn't know where price is going to go, but on good days, he tells you, join the group because we can tell you where price is going to go, what's going to happen to the price. And at some points, he sells you on the idea that I'm just watching it all the time on every minute, so if anything happens, I'm going to be your little warning signal. Oh, jeez. Come on. If it wasn't for that group money, he wouldn't have as much money. I can't be transparent about it. I'm going to shine some light over there. I'm just going to make sure it's out there. If they've shown little to no account growth over 3 years despite adding external funds, it suggests their trading isn't the wealth generator they claim. Grifters often prioritize appearances over substance. Really? And this could be the case of flashy streams masking mediocre results. This is not me, this is Grok. But I totally agree. Third, the lack of transparency about their actual trading performance is telling. And this, my friend, is this is why you get people that you deem them haters. And at first it starts out people just asking innocent questions. Then it turns into you sidestepping it and kind of making snide remarks. And then third, that leads us, well, obviously he's trying to hide something. If you can't be transparent, baby, that's what's working against you is transparency and ego. If you can dial those down, get those under control, I think truly you wouldn't be as bipolarizing personality, and people would probably respect you more and not make as fun of you as much, because if you don't know it, you're a meme now. I'm sorry, but you are. Third, the lack of transparency about the actual trading performance is telling. If they're not showing consistent, verifiable growth toward that multimillionaire claim, say through audited statements or a clear track record, it is reasonable to question. It is reasonable to question whether the narrative is just a hook to lure subscribers. So when people ask you that, that's because they want to know if you're for real or not. And by banning them and by being callous and then getting on your high horse and talking down to them, you are telling them it's not real, because you got no receipts to show. You got no receipts to show that you traded your way to millions of dollars. So yeah, I'll call you out line by saying that and being dishonest, like a grifter. Grifters thrive on bold claims that don't hold up under scrutiny, and stalling at minimal growth by touting riches fits the pattern. That said, it's not definitely proof that they're a grifter. It's true. They could just be a mediocre trader. This is the other option. This is what I've been struggling with, and they could just be a mediocre trader, exaggerating their success while cashing in on a gullible audience, more delusional than deliberately deceitful. And that's what I'm thinking. I mean, either he's doing this on purpose, and that's wrong. That's flat out wrong. Or he's delusional, and that's a personality kind of issue there. And I mean, I've known people in my life that when they retell a story, it's not. You get a lot of tall tales and a lot of exaggerations, and things didn't really happen down at the creek the way you said there, Grandpa, or whatever, whoever. That's not really how that story. You see it in court cases a lot. What the witnesses remembers or whatever, and then whatever the camera shows. People are prone to remember things wrong. So that could be a very real thing. He's delusional, and if so, well, the ego kind of makes me think we are that way. I lean more toward the delusional thing than I do intentional. Although he knows he's making the money in there, I think he just talks himself into, well, they find value in it, so it's valuable. I'm going to keep doing it. I think he's more delusional than actual evil. That's my take. That is my take. I think there's a little bit of that, well, if they don't know, it won't hurt them kind of thing going on in there. And a little, well, I'm not going to talk about that because it looks bad. But I think it's more of a delusional. He thinks he's a lot more better at whatever he's doing than what his rules. You remember that girl in school that was going to be a pop singer, but she couldn't sing at all. I mean, at all. I mean, bless her heart. She had the desire and determination there, but she just didn't have the talent. I mean, as much as they wanted to try, being a Mariah Carey was never in the cards. Well, I think we got that going on here. Not saying you can't get there, but you can't get there unless you're honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself about how you look at this market, why your trade didn't mess up, why that cup and handle didn't work out, instead of just drawing another one next time you see it. Well, I got the statistics. You got to be more honest than making up your statistics that you're throwing out there. This Adam and Eve breaks up to the upside 90% of the time. Really, back that up. Am I taking your word for it, or you got some hard data to back that up? Because I got some data that backs that stuff up. That's what I prefer to go with. It's just not me willy-nilly coming out with a percentage out of my mouth. And that's another thing that runs pattern traders. Because those of us who do know these things and see what comes out of this guy's mouth, it's so sloppy. It's not accurate. It's just he's just off the cuff, off the hip. He's an off the hip, fly by the hip trader, trying to present himself as someone cold, calm, calculated, as a chess master at this game, strategically calculating things out, moves several heads of what the retail or even the whales would be playing out there. I mean, you get the bullshit. The bullshit gets thick. I'll come to the chat. I'm just out with 47. We hit a new record. I'm going to piss some of you off, I know. But it's got to be said. All right, so grifters strive on bold claims that don't hold up to scrutiny and stalling at minimum growth by touting riches fit that pattern. That said, it's not definitive proof that they're a grifter. They could just be a mediocre trader exaggerating their success while cashing in on a global audience. I am leaning more that way. More delusional than deliberately deceitful. More delusional than deliberately deceitful. The line between grifter and overhyped influencer can blur. Hey, speaking of new project out there, did you know that Ben Armstrong's got a new coin called Whacked? Wow. Hey, what happened to that other one? What was it? Be Everywhere Now? Ben? I don't know. He got another tattoo. He's just getting all kinds of tattoos of coins. I'm sure they're going to change the world. While we're on this subject, and how money can just make you a totally different person. Sorry, but that's true. I used to watch Ben Armstrong a lot too. I used to like him, and then you start seeing, hey man, something's off. I think, and if we don't call this out, then new people are just going to believe everything that those people tell them they are. I told you this was going to happen. I told you this was a month. It's going to go to this price. That was Ben's thing. He was always trying to be the psychic, calling out where price is going to be at a certain time, like he had the special knowledge. Then he got an insider guy, right? Mr. X. Which, imagine that, after 3 years now he's saying Mr. X was a fraud. Oh my God. Who's low IQ now, mister? But when someone's living off subscription fees, streaming low stakes wins, and failing to deliver on their promised trading prowess, it's a strong whiff of grift. I'm going to repeat that again. But when someone's living off subscription fees, streaming low stakes wins, and failing to deliver on the promised trading prowess, it's a strong whiff of grift. Okay? Listen, baby, everybody, if the people have been watching you, they've been watching you not deliver on all the big things that you're talking about. Now, you want to be a motivational speaker, inspire everybody, or whatever. Or drink your lemon water, exercise every day, be a little mini me, make a little carbon clone of you so they can have a life that you got. Whatever on that kick, but you're not bringing the table. You're not bringing the receipts to the table for the claims that you're making. Therefore, you're getting the backlash. It's not hate, Bubba. I mean, some of it's starting to turn to that because you're being an asshole in response, but it's not hate. It didn't start as hate. It started as a question, and then it started, well, why is this guy being all shady about? Why are he not being transparent? Why are he not being honest? Why are he hiding? He hiding something. I'm just saying. The real test would be the response to hard questions. Can they prove their millions came from trading and not subscriptions, not paid subscriptions? If not, they're likely selling a fantasy, not a strategy. There you go. Listen, our strategies come out. If you're watching us, our whole strategies come out. All the little trade may not apply at the time of the game that's needed, but whatever we got. I mean, I ain't no secrets on anything I do. I'm not saying I've seen this guy do this before. I don't know if I want to reveal everything. I don't know if I want to give you the secret thought unless you join my group or take my. But I'm telling you, to keep our asses from being handed to us in this game, we got to pull out all the tricks that we know. So when you see me pulling, I'm pulling out everything I know all the time. And if you watch and pick up, you learn. Okay, and that's the best way to learn, I think. But damn, try to seek the secret sauce behind the paywall. Now, I know there's value you can get from groups and communities, and that's what it mostly is. It's the community behind it. Everybody in that group over there, they're pulling all the weight, and he's getting all the paycheck. If you're in that group, you need to consider that. He's probably asking you to do the work. I think even the Discord is built by somebody else. Most of the stuff that he has had done was done by somebody else, him begging somebody else. He even used to beg for testimonials, although he blessed us with one that he was blessed with today. It's funny how that always comes down when I guess somebody else has said something about him recently because he was a little bit defensive today, but he walked right into this bottom calling bullshit. He didn't call it. He was short. He was scared. He was shorting. He was breaking the cardinal rule of shorting support, which as a professional guru trader, that's rule number one. You've learned your lesson not to do that, but not him. He'll draw flags to the upside and not see the resistance that he could see from zooming out because you're so zoomed in on that 1 minute, thinking it's going to be the key to predicting the future, which, if you know the game, you know it's top down. All right, so we got more grok. I got 52 people here. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining. Some of you are going to get pissed off, and I'm not trying to, and I didn't come out here to bash, but I've got to call bullshit where there's bullshit. And if you didn't see what it was, it's at the beginning, and I got the receipts on it. I'm sorry. That behavior adds another layer to the picture and tilts it further toward grifter territory. Banning people for perceived negativity or legitimate questions, especially about his income or business, because it's legitimate to ask that. If you're making bold claims, you need to be able to back those up. Suggests thin skin and desire to control the narrative. It suggests thin skin and desire to control the narrative. You ever get the feeling that maybe his skin's a little thick, maybe he gets his feelings hurt a little bit too easy? And maybe he likes to be in control of what's going on and being thought and perceived. Grifters often dodge accountability by silencing dissent rather than addressing it head on. Oh, now, lately he's been trying to psychoanalyze anybody who says anything against him. I feel your pain. I know you're coming from a negative place. You need to be more like me. Join my group and pay me money. I'm glad to see he's psychoanalyzing everybody now. I know your pain. I know you wouldn't say that unless you were hurting inside. No, but a lot of these people just calling you out on your bullshit. For real. For real. People ain't stupid. And maybe you are delusional and you can't see it. You need some help. People trying to intervene for you, brother. If he's misinterpreting honest inquiries as hate or taking them out of context, it could be a tactic to avoid scrutiny while keeping the image pristine for his paying audience. So he don't want to look stupid on YouTube. How many times you hear that? I didn't come out here and try to look like the man. Oh, I was trying to look like the man on YouTube, made the wrong choice. I mean, I've heard that before. That's as close as you'll get to an admission. The cut negative people out of your life. Have you ever heard that? You got to cut them out of your life, man. You just got to cut them out. Get all the negativity out. The thing that's produced the echo chamber that keeps feeding the delusion. The delusion is a classic move for grifters. It's a classic move. It's motivational self-help 101. Sounds empowering, but it's also a convenient shield. Wow, imagine how that works. Hey, that's so convenient. You can be I'm really more of a motivational speaker than an actual trading teacher. There's more than just that. They're going to learn so much to get the millionaire mindset. I would say there are more people in that group that have not come anywhere close to achieving these achievable claims. I'd say there's very few people that have traded their way to $1 million with his strategy in his group. Maybe I'm wrong. By framing critics as toxic, he justifies shutting down anything that challenges his claims, like questions about whether his wealth really comes from trading or just the $99 a month subscription fee. A legit trader with nothing to hide might welcome debate, or at least explain their stance without resorting to bans. Instead, this reeks of someone protecting a hustle, not a business. And that's what it is. He's a hustle. It's a hustle for him. He calls himself a hustler. And he is hustling. He's hustling those guys, man. He's hustling those newbies for real. But it's more hustle than business. Combine that with earlier red flags, living off subscription revenue, underwhelming trading results despite flashy streams, and unproven millionaire boast. It's hard to see this as anything but a polished con. He's not just conservative, he's not just oversensitive. Now, there's no names mentioned here. This is just grok and just the true things of observations that I've seen and typed in there. Make sure I'm not, it's not just me. Or a little echo chamber that of other people that may see the same things that I see. I want to get let's get grok's opinion. And it's hard to see this as anything but a polished con. He's not just oversensitive, he's curating an echo chamber to keep the grift going. Someone generally successful won't need to lean so hard on censorship to maintain their reputation. Exactly. Sounds like the Discord dues, not the trades, are the real profit engine here. And that's all he's got to, hey man, there's no shame in that. Again, the problem is you're saying you traded your way to millions, and you can't show that. And when it comes to where the real money comes from, you're not being transparent about it. You ain't got to sit here and tell us what everything you make. That's not what they're asking. What they're asking is, do you make more trading or do you make more from your group? And you need to be honest and say, I make a lot more from my group than I do from actual trades. Here is my performance in my actual trades. This is what this system has done for me that I can show you, and that maybe you'll get the same results. That's all it takes right there. Squashes every fucking thing. That squashes everything. Then you're up and you're honest about it. Yeah, I do make good money from that, and I appreciate and thankful for every bit of it. That's all. And I do make a lot more from that. And this, but I have not made. But you got to be honest. You're grouping all that. You're combining all this income and saying that, well, it's because of my trading. And I bet the logic in his head is something like this. Well, it's tied to my trading. It's about trading. It's not necessarily my personal trades, but it is trading. So I can say that I did make millions from my trading. That's the logic that I think we're looking at. That's the smoke and mirrors. But that's not what is being conveyed. There's a lack of transparency, and there's a lot of freaking delusion going on right there to get in a space to be thinking that way. I'm sorry. It's not an honest space to be in if you're saying, well, it is tied to my trading, so I'm going to consider it my trading. Yes, I did make millions from trading. No, you didn't. You didn't. You might have made some gains from trading. They're probably down a lot now because you're a little hodler, but nothing wrong with that. But it's the lack of transparency. That's where it all. But maybe I don't know. Maybe you like this because it makes him what do you call it? Not bipolar, polarized personality, where you love him or hate him, right? And you get that a lot. And half the people think he's a greasy car salesman, and they can see the bullshit. And the other half thinks he's just the greatest thing to come to trading ever. Better than WD. His claims to fame. I mean, WD Gann had 95% success rate, and he can nail price. I mean, he took the secrets to the ground. This dude is nowhere near that. Okay, nobody in this game is at 90% accurate. No, and again, they're calling up, down, sideways, and then see, I called it. All right, so let's see. Somebody asked how long can a grifter last in this space? Well, apparently quite a while, because he's been doing it for 4 years now, all through the bear cycle, and he was making money and without shorting. It did not work. The flashy displays, Rolex, Cadillac Escalade, Florida Mansion, paired with the "I'm just motivating you, not bragging" excuse, are textbook grifter moves. Textbook grifter moves. Not my words. This is from Grift, an educated feller, if I might say. It's a flex. Have you ever seen him flex? You ever see him in the mornings? He gets out and he thinks he's going. Oh no, he just wants to try to show off with the shirt off. What the hell? What the hell? I mean, what does that have to do with? I mean, really? Obviously that's for validation and ego. Okay. The things that we're trying to get out of our head as traders and investors, remember, we're trying to get emotions and bad habits away from us. And this guy's just pouring on all that. Man, anyway. But when the motivation hinges on material props instead of proven trading results, it is more about seduction than substance. Grifters love to flaunt wealth as a lure. It's a bait that keeps the $99 a month subscription flowing. Anybody else feel that way? The response to trading questions, or that response to trading questions, who are you going to listen to? The guy who made millions? You ever heard him say, who are you going to listen to? I think I listen to the man who made millions in this game. Looking down on people, putting you down. Oh, you're not worthwhile because, well, I mean, clearly, I know what I'm talking about. I've done this many times. It's a power play. By leaning on his supposed wealth, instead of explaining concepts, he is sidestepping the challenge and banking on people being too intimidated or impressed, or being too impressed to push back. Well, if they're intimidated to say anything, he bans them. So Or if they call him out on it, they bans him. He gets an echo chamber. The sarcastic, I probably don't know anything right, is a deflection tactic. He goes, yeah, who are you going to listen? I'm just a rich guy. Yeah, I probably don't know anything, right? I probably don't know anything. Yeah, don't worry, don't listen to me. I probably don't know anything. If you ever notice when he gets in his ego like that, he makes bad decisions and bad calls. It's almost like clockwork. Just peep it out. When he gets all the ass handing's coming soon. He just won't talk about it. It works that way with everybody, really. If you're not humble in this market, at some point this market will humble you. And that's true with money too. So I hope he's ready. And I can speak from experience on that, not trading related or anything like that. But if you get the big bucks and yeah, you're not being responsible with it, it will go. The sarcastic, I probably don't know anything, right? Is that a reflection tactic? It's a way to shut down scrutiny without proving a damn thing. God cusses. If he's got millions, why not show the trading receipts? A real millionaire trader could point to a chart, a track record, or a clear strategy. Not just a shiny watch and a car, or a jacuzzi, or this or that, or whatever else. It's always something, isn't it? The fact that he pivots to his lifestyle when pressed on trading nuts and bolts screams that the real hustle is the persona, not the profits. I think that's a legitimate call. Road Dog, you're into crypto and calling out bullshit. Sounds like you've got a nose for this game. And then Grok threw me off with that. That guy's play looks more like a salesman's than a trader's. And that's what the guy's play looks more like a salesman than a trader's. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear this. Did I post this or somebody else post this? I don't see what the point I was trying to make with this. Yeah, there you go. Let's get you all acting. You can tell this is just, he's not used to this, dude. But see how he's got his trading plan up there? As soon as we get a red candle, that idea's gone. The risk to reward 4 to 3 is not what this will turn out to be. And that part does not come through. It's just whatever makes him look good, right? I don't think I put this one out here. I think somebody else. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think Joe did. Okay. Echo chamber only. Okay. I think that's a video Joe put up there. All right. So that's my, to clarify. March 10th, if you look at those streams back there, he was calling for a lot lower. 68,000 was his actual call. That was his call. And that was the play. That was the trade setup right there. He was not calling bottom. And it's not the first time that he's pulled this. And it's just a big habit or a big thing. It just keeps happening because he's even called the bottom here, called the tops here. I mean, and the biggest one, I mean, I didn't say anything back here. But I'm not letting this one go. But back here, he's scared. He was calling for down here, man, too. And right before in January, it was right around the 2nd of January, I think, when we started getting our upside here. Because I remember I was putting out a video because I'm seeing where we're crossing the 9 moving average. We're starting to show some things even on the daily time frame. They're saying, hey man, so it looks like they're getting ready to pump us up just a little bit. Didn't have a bottom confirmation at that time. You don't have a bottom confirmation until you change trend. When you start making a higher high, you just don't have it then. But he went officially bearish the day that I was putting out my video where I'm seeing where we're getting ready to go up. And the next day we went up. Now, I'm not saying that I'm sitting there, but there's other people that saw that too, what I saw, that we're getting ready to get a nice little pump, that things were getting ready to change. It was just here on the charts, but somehow he was all tied up in his other little small time frames and missed it or whatever. But he went officially bearish. That was his words. I'm officially bearish. But in retrospect, he's saying that he called the bottom. We called the bottom here. Called this, called that. I called this, I did that. And that's all you see is ego come out. I got to talk about what me, what I did, and what I did. All right, so I'm through with that. that's my spiel. I'm going to come over to the chat and see what you guys have been saying, and I'm sure it's going to be very interesting here. 43 people. We lost a few. I'm through ranting. I think I made my point on that. Is this the right one? Oh, yeah, it was. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, we've been going an hour and 24 minutes and not even touched the dang chart. Now, my apologies, but this has just been a rant stream. I got to call out bullshit. All right, let's see what we got. And I mean, if you're part of this group, that's fine. How you spend your money, that's fine. I'm just letting you know. Don't be pissed off if you find yourself back here next cycle wondering why didn't it all work out for me. I'm just saying. Uh-oh. We got some deleted messages here. Have an open mind, haters. I knew I'd be getting something. Hey, thank you, guys. Can't handle the truth. Oh, my God. He likes the short double bottoms. You got Avi Medina. Hey, how's it going? Oh, there's sound price. I brought my receipts. I'm going to use them for Stuck in the Turfy Man. Go do it. Save your price. Celinda. Aaron T, how's it going? Aaron T. Sam Rice. I like the cup and handles to the hand side. Jungle Boy. Auber. Well, let's teach us the same strategy. Oh, I'm not even familiar with that. No, check him out. But I mean, okay, no, this strategy, the 200 moving average, that's legit. That's common on every time frame. What the flag chasing gets a little too much though, and pinching the tips, not zooming out. That's where I see him really kind of slip. And of course, you know, we got the edge. We do the moving averages a little different, so we got an edge on this strategy over there. But I want to check out Oliver Vallis. I bet he's not claiming to be a freaking, I bet he's not full of himself like this other guy. I bet he's actually trying to help people and teach rather than what we see going over here. Admins, don't delete the opposition comments. Let them defend their side. Free speech, man, even if it's negative. I mean, I'll listen to see what you say. Let them speak. Let them speak. They don't get that privilege over where they come from if that's where they're from, without fear of being casted out. Hey, Lois, I think I want to grow a beard. Solves everything. We got Joe, Tater Tuition, Aaron T, Jungle Boy. Why is this guy so mad at Lifer? Because he's fleecing you guys, if you haven't noticed. Bad trades. They do happen. It's not the trades. It's not the trades. It's he's not being transparent with you guys. He didn't make his millions trading. He didn't. And he's got a basic strategy that you can learn on your own without having to go through a $99 group. But that's a personal choice for people to make. But he's not transparent about it. He's grifting. I'm calling out for what he is. He's a grifter. He fits the definition. Okay. We just went over everything. Even what Rock's opinion on a grifter is, he fits the mode for a grifter, and with the tactics and what he does and everything. I'm just calling it out. I'm being transparent because he's not going to be. It's the bad habits that are worse than bad trades. That is right. That's exactly it, because he's teaching a lot of bad habits. And they come out, man. They come out. And the problem is, you get the new people thinking that, yes, this guy knows what he's talking about. He says he knows what he's talking about. It looks like he knows what he's talking about. I'm going to have to follow. And they're leading people down to newbies coming in, trading leverage on a 1 minute time frame. What the hell? How is that responsible? He used to talk down about people who did that. So if you're calling me wrong for thinking about that, you're also calling him wrong for in the past when he used to say it. Do me next. Do me next. Let's see. Joe says that real traders can see the grifters. Traders that are new or learning can't see it. That's exactly right. That's why I have this channel. That's why I have this channel. And I don't grift. I'm not out here. I could go that option. That was an option, and I could be a lot more wealthy right now if I went that option, but I didn't. I would, and I've had my ups and downs just like everybody else. But at least what I share here is solid. It's solid, and I've got the receipts to prove it. I've got the streams to see it, and I'm not trying to do ego, but I mean, I've got a system that finds pivot points that are good targets. So it's more planned than I'm just going to jump in this trade. I'm like, why the hell did he jump in the trade? There's no did he cross? Was there a signal? I mean, other than crossing the moving average, which maybe he'll use. I mean, you know, a lot of times it's emotion. He's an emotional trader, and that's one of the bad habits that that every trader has to get out. But you could see, but the clip that Joe that we just showed up there, where he's all, it's okay to feel good and celebrate your wins, man. This is all for show, and this is all to trick people. It's all to get people hyped up. Sam Price, I brought my receipts for. Going to use extra sauce. Okay, bring them, Sam. I got the sauce. Yeah, you got something. You don't know how tempting it is to go over here and hit that little timeout button. I'm just saying, for that particular name. I don't know if that's the real Sam Price or not. Probably not. Joe said, admins, I'd like to have chats not deleted, and Road Dogg can read them. I think Road Dogg stated that he wanted to read them. Just my opinion. Yeah, I want to see them. Let's get your. Tell me. I'm not going to. You don't have that privilege over on his show. You do here. Slenda says, no lie, before I got kicked out of his trading group, his leverage calls were so bad he was getting people wrecked. I'm not surprised. Because, I mean, he's trying to be something that he wasn't really at that level yet. But that didn't matter. That didn't matter to the people who followed him. It didn't matter. As long as he looked good, or, you know, if he could pull it off, he's looking good. Oh, he says leading straight to the slaughterhouse. It's in a lot of things here. Scripted Trader says Sammy did call the bottom and shared his trade in the trading group. Just saying. Well, I've not seen any receipts, and we saw the bottom happening there on his live stream. Saw the bottom happening on my live stream too. Because I was riding through the whole thing there. But there was no place where he was calling bottom there. He calls it in retrospect after it gets out of the way. Then he talks like he nailed it, like he specifically almost called it to the dollar, to the T. Well, that's exactly and what he called was a short down to 68,000. That was his official call, his official trade that day. That's what his stream shows. And that's there. Now, at the end, I think he had a call for both ways, ups and down, which he always does. That's not a call a bottom. That is not. That's an either way call. That's an I don't know what the fuck is happening. Or given upside and downside. A call is a call. He did not call the bottom that day. Did not happen. And if he called it, and I mean, unless he, I'm sorry, he's not doing a good job of bringing the receipts to prove that. But I've seen this behavior many times, to use his phrase, and it's he's shorting bottoms, and then in retrospect, it's like he called him to go long. Redacting, not sure. Sin says, I don't know why those chats keeps disappearing, maybe deleting himself. I don't know. I've been talking. Can't hear the live chat. Okay. Hello, everybody. Albie Medina said, I learned so much tonight. Thanks, Road Dogg. I don't know if I taught anything other than we just went over what Grok and other stuff. A fun crypto channel more like yourself is Tone at Viz and Post. I'd like to see some other people. I'd like to see some other people show up on my thing than the ones I keep. Well, this one, Tone at Vision Post. Albie Medina says, you got to be a real dick to ban Celinda. I agree. Celinda's got a wealth of knowledge, man. I respect the hell out of Celinda and what she brings to our little community and here to the streams. I respect the hell out of a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys are very knowledgeable. A lot of you guys are too smart to fall for this, guys. Can you look at KRC's 20? Is this Justin? Justin, are you playing with me? Justin Crypto, are you trolling me? Can you look at the KRC 20 coins? They all saw big pumps today, up 200%. Who's buying exchanges? I don't know. I mean, that's the Caspa's got a lot of stuff to work out there. I wouldn't trust any move going, especially this weekend. It was his mods. He doesn't read comments most of the time in his group. Too busy buying candies. This fake account agitator is cracking me up. Which one of you did it? All right, so that seems to be the most of the I just had to get that off my chest. I had to get that off my chest. Let's finish. We've got 42 people here. Let's check out Bitcoin and let's monitor and see what's going on. This weekend is obviously just kind of lackluster so far. I've got a target around 85.9. I'm hoping that we can get up there. My biggest play on it, you guys know, I'm looking for them to drive us up and then bring us down. How far down? I don't know if they want to take us down lower or not. This makes a nice, good local bottom there. And she's definitely hit some good areas on a lot of the fibs that I have. We are making some higher highs and some higher lows, so we're trying, and I do believe that they will try and take us up, hopefully to a higher high over here. But we don't have the strength. We don't have the strength in especially this weekend with Bitcoin. A lack of liquidity, but we're trying. They're trying to get us back above the 200 moving average. We're above the 9 on the daily. That's good. That's good. 21 is up there above it. So that would be the next target. But we did clear the 9 moving average on the daily. But look, the volume is falling here as price is going up. And to me, that's the sign where the market makers are just backing up and they're just trying to entice. They're trying to entice you to get up there. I put over in the trading community, which is free, by the way, which is free. My group is 100% free. Links in the description or in the chat somewhere. There's 2 sections over there. Was it over here? This book by Trade Travel to Annie over there, man, I respect the hell out of this woman right here. Now, she's somebody good to follow. I suggest if you're a lifer follower, and you need to give Annie a chance because she'll break this stuff down for you a lot better and a lot more intelligently than what you've seen on their flags to the upside. Shoulder hitting shoulder, telling you all that. She came over for more the 4X side. But I mean, her knowledge and wisdom, she's golden. Different style from what I do, but I respect the hell out of her style and everything. And there's some overlap, but she's got more of the 4X type thing. The more if you're more familiar with ICT and that kind of concept, it kind of falls into that. But she's more of a day trader, but she's great. She's absolutely awesome. Shout out to Annie. I love Annie. I think she's amazing. But she put out this video and it really breaks down how the market makers work. And so I wanted to share it over here because that's just fire alpha. This will help answer the questions about why you keep getting sucked in at the right time and what's really going on and how they do play. And that's one of the things that they do. They'll entice you in on the weekends. So, Annie, love that woman. We got a super chat over here. I think we've got a couple of them. Let me go over here and say thank you very much. I saw one from Joe. Posted vanity while echo chamber. He kicked. Yeah. I don't think we heard that, but I saw him earlier. He kicked somebody out. He got and he got really offended. And they have a legitimate question, man. If you're going to make big claims, well, you need to be able to support those claims and not be offended by it. Jeez. And a lot of people are going to ask, well, do you make more money trading or with your group? And that's a legitimate question. And if you got one and you're making money from it, your answer needs to be transparent. It's not saying you have to tell them every dollar you've ever made, but you need to put it proportional. And that's one of the biggest things. $20 super chat. Let me give you guys, both of you guys. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Celinda, for entertainment purposes only. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Give you both all applause there. So we are trading the weekend. It's kind of boring sideways. There's some nice signs that we're trying to come up. There's also signs that we're not ready to blast off just yet either. And I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. My take is, do I have the bigger charts over here? And nobody knows what they're going to do. And technically, even on your bigger time frames, there's no bottom confirmation here just yet. On smaller time frames, you might be getting it. But really, until on the daily time frame, until we get above that 200 moving average, you're not officially bullish by the moving average strategy. That's just a general rule. Some people just discover it recently, I guess, but that's the general rule in every time frame. You get above the 200, and for that time frame, you're bullish. And being bullish on the bigger time frames, that's what we want to see. And above the 9, so I'm liking what I'm saying. So I can see us pushing us up. I'm looking at 88, 89. I've even looked possibly coming up to 97,000, and then see what they do. Now, the higher they come up, the less likely we are to roll to the lower lows. But if we don't do it soon, and I just always have to break this down. We just use the basic fib strategy right here because I think this is a great tool to do this. So right now we're not out of our discount zone, and this is the place where if we do get rejected, it looks like we're trying to overcome it, and that's good. If we did, the best we could hope for is a double bottom situation. But it is on the table for a lower area to 66, or even some of these other areas, 72, 66. Those will be on the table until we start clearing some of these areas. Now, the next one we need to look at is 89,000. And if we can get above that, we're looking at maybe doing a breakout. Now, the cloud's starting to thicken up a little bit, and the thicker it gets, the more we're likely to find ourselves inside it, which would be, that would be cool. But the concern is, unless we break this area here, at least 99, 100,000, unless we can actually get a higher high in, anywhere below that, we could see lower. We could see lower than here. The bottom may not be a local bottom. I think is in on smaller time frames, and I do agree with that. But as far as being the bottom, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. And so it's kind of foolish to call that totally ahead of time, for real. Unless you're just trying to stroke your ego or be that Nostradamus man. But I mean, you can definitely see the signs that are on the smaller time frames saying that, yeah, man, maybe. But here, okay, and I just gave you the good ones. I didn't give you the bad one. I mean, we're above the 9, trying to get above the 200. That's cool. But what happened to this 9 moving average? She crossed bearishly over that 200. We're not ready to blast off yet. We got to move this guy around. And even as price comes up a little bit or sideways, this 21 moving average could be crossing the 2, and that would also not what we want to do right now. At best, I see us being kind of choppy for a little while. Maybe slowly going up, but they're going to play the game on us, and they're going to drive prices back down to wherever the liquidity is, where the orders are stop losses or liquidation points, wherever they can cash out and make some more money. Again, Annie's video, go check that out. I think everybody here should go check out Annie's video that I posted there, where she breaks that down, because she did a beautiful job explaining it. Beautiful. Just made so much. It just clicked, made so much sense. I think it'll click for a lot of you guys. So shout out again to Annie, who I think even has maybe a paid Discord or something, but she's not. It's not her life's blood. Okay, I'm not dissing on people who are out here earning a living in crypto. But some of them are definitely overcharging for what they do deliver. So not yet got a breakout of this. So we're hoping maybe Sunday they'll bump us up. Maybe we'll see 89, but we're still in danger. Especially until we get past some of these trend lines. That's one good way. Or Fibonacci. They all seem to kind of interact with each other at just the right times. Down here again to 76 or lower. So I've got to keep that. My plan, I'm keeping myself nimble enough so that I can take advantage of these lower things. And what I'm doing is on up to here, I'm pyramiding out of my Bitcoin positions, and possibly even borrowing some. I'm using spot margin rather than perpetual futures. Either way, any kind of leverage you have, they're going to eat you out with fees. Not just transaction fees, but there's a loan going on there in the background, funding fees, if you haven't noticed. None of this stuff is free, so the longer you keep these things open on any kind of borrowed funds, well, that's more of a chunk they get when you finally do execute. So this weird ass triangle is me pyramiding out my position, taking profits as we get up. If we, man, it'd be great if we get up to 100,000, because when we get up here and make a higher high, well, market structure says a higher low is coming. So that higher low is the one. The game plan that I'm sharing is the same thing WD Gann said. As soon as we find that this trend has changed, when we get a higher high, that next higher low, that's the one to jump in on. That's the one to focus on. That's the one you don't want to miss. You want to have the money ready for it to jump in, because that's when the gravy trains should be starting. And we're not there yet. Not there yet. So I'm being very patient, and I suggest do what you do, but being patient, I think, is going to be the answer that I'm looking for and that I'm trying to trade here. Where's our chat again? Uh-oh, Rocket Man. Uh-oh, somebody got deleted. Sorry. Ryan K says that Road Dogg and Joe have earned my respect during the last 6 months of watching numerous YouTubers. I have a finely tuned BS detector. Polished and well presented does not equal legitimacy. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. DOZ, how often are you trading on the weekends? Always being told not to. Just curious. Well, now I do some perpetual futures trading and stuff like that. I think one of my positions did it get stopped out? No. Do I have anything? I've got one that's open that I've had open for a while. It's in a little bit of drawdown right now until we get above 90,000. I've got one trade that's in drawdown. I got other one. Looks like I got in at 83.9 on another one. Just recently got into one. It's up just a little bit. It's not. It's like with the margin. I got $389 of margin. I'm doing 5x. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'd like to try to build a little position on the dips here and then level out up there. My trading is more of swing and position trading rather than day trading. Although you'll see me do that on, like, I did the live streams and everything. I do the scalping and show, the techniques that I use, because it applies to scalping or whatever. The trend line strategies telling you when to get in, get out, and using the fibs to predict the levels. And you can see that I do pretty well at calling areas that price goes to. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just more making fun of the other people going, nailed it. See what I nailed it for the algorithm or whatever. But it also does show that my fib strategy is on point a lot of times, more than not. But I don't have to get over here and think that I'm a genius. It's not me. It's just the fibs, and just hopefully me applying it right in the right situation to get the results that we need. Because sometimes you screw that up too. Like, oh, you got to make sure you zoom out. I mean, but I just try to, and I think that me doing the music streams, it not only helps promote my music, which I am trying to do that, rather than grift to you some group that I want to keep my group free. It's got a great group of people over there. I wouldn't change anything about my trading community at all. Wouldn't change anything about it. It was a great group of people over there. But so yeah, I like the music idea. That's kind of cool. And getting into the music helps me from over trading. We all have that problem. Even the guy we were talking about tonight over trades. He's always in a trade. That's a sign of over trading, man. You always got to be in one. Whether there's a setup there or not, you're trying to make one, right? That's over trading, and it's not healthy. But doing other things like the music, that keeps me from, and watching charts, especially when we had the big drops and everything. I can funnel that into the music. So it's been kind of helpful, and now I've got it out there available. Crypto trading music, because we didn't have any before, very little. So I'm trying to fill that niche, encourage others to do that too. Why not? The tools are here. We need it. And man, if you can make money in crypto in some other way other than making by false claims, then I think, it's a good thing. I forgot how we got on this topic. Y'all, I'm also still on some medication from some surgery, so I think I'm in my right mind to be talking about all this. Did I? See, I got two different chat things open. I think trading on the weekend. So if I see a good setup, but the weekends, I'll take that. Now on my spot margin play, I've got all limit orders set, just like what I was saying. I'm waiting for altcoins to go up wherever they are. As they go up, I'm taking profits because they're going to roll back over. They're going to give it up. I am trying to de-risk and get out of altcoins and try to move that into some more stable plays, especially the USA coins, and trying to get into things that the big money is going to be more interested in this cycle, because that the big dogs are here. And if we're not playing along with them, we're going to miss the ride, chasing all the road dog NU coins or whatever happens to be hot at the moment. And there's always going to be a new launch of something, and they're going to have hype, and people are going to chase it, and then it's going to dump on your ass, and you're going to wonder, is it ever going to come back? And you can realize, hey man, that might have been the best it does this cycle, and that sucks. So if things aren't working, and clearly altcoins aren't working, well, you got to adjust to the cycle. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do some adjustment from the cycle, because my altcoins did not grow my Bitcoin like was the intention. So do you keep riding a dead horse, or are you going to switch horses? You switch horses midstream, or at the bottom. I'm just trying, as this stuff lightens up, I just want to move into better projects. Because like a lot of people that came from the trading group I was in, I think we have a habit. Even the guy we're talking about from the same trading group, who was still chasing flags then. The bad habit of having too many coins. That's one of the mistakes I made this cycle too. Did made last cycle. I did go heavier on Bitcoin, and that's been the only thing that's really helped me up. But I do have this little paper trading account that I've done here on stream, and even though it's down, almost $2 million on this altcoin play over here. It didn't used to be leveraged. Now they got leverage. I don't know how it's working now. But anyway, these are all Bitcoin buys from on paper trading, from as low as 27,000, 26,000. I said, hey, I can buy on paper trade while it's low. Let's do that and see what happens. And it just reflects, man. If you'd been in Bitcoin mostly, you'd still be doing so good. A $10,000 turned into over $3 million when these guys weren't in the red. I mean, if you take the $2 million down here on paper, add it to my account balance, you can see that, the mostly Bitcoin idea, it turns out it wasn't that much of a boomer coin after all, was it? It actually gave up some pretty good gain, a lot more than my altcoins gave me. Altcoins have not outperformed Bitcoin. They just haven't. A few select might have at certain times, but in the overall thing, no, nothing's outperforming Bitcoin. And this reflects that. So next cycle, I'll definitely altcoins will be the last thing that I'm worried about. Because you see from this cycle, there's plenty of times they come back down to bottom or even to a newer low. So I will have at least 3, maybe even more chances next cycle to jump in on altcoins. Is what this is the lesson to learn here. Stick with Bitcoin. That's what I'm going to do. And maybe have a little degen altcoin play. You're going to want to, but my main focus is going to be like 90-95% Bitcoin next cycle. I was fortunate that I was about half, or no, a little bit more than half in Bitcoin this cycle. But because of the strategy I used on spot margin, trying to deal with these altcoins, it's ended up, taking a lot of that or sucking a lot of that value out. Now I've got to concentrate on building up. I'm just being honest. The strategy worked great in 2017. It's an OG strategy, and that's what we were trying to do last cycle too. Play the alts against that. Wait for the altcoin. You get that altcoin season, and that's where you gain up against Bitcoin, and boom, there you go. And you've taken your Bitcoin and you're growing it the easy way. Well, bullshit. That ain't working now because we're too saturated with altcoins that it's not working. So the tried and true strategy from last time, it's not working anymore. So I'm being transparent about it. I don't think the other guys are being transparent about it. They're just like, oh, well, we're just down. But I mean, in real, we could have been up so much more if we just focused more on Bitcoin. It's truth. Hard truth to take sometimes. Trying to come back to the chat here. Oops, that's the old one. All right, so I guess most people are tuning out since the lifer rant's over. I'm sure I'm going to probably get lots of backlash. Because I didn't just do the stream, I also posted on Twitter, my opinion. War PC guy says, watch past streams. This is a special. So triggered. I think I don't understand the context, but I read it. Rocket Man, you stuttering turkey head still saying nothing other than babble? Well, click off, buddy. You don't have to watch me. Go find some real alpha. Thanks, Road Dog. My day job. Guys, I worked retail, and I'll tell you this. I worked with a lot of people in my forays in retail and in sales before in the past. And I don't know. I started out as a grocery clerk when I was 15 years old, my first job. I'd see so many people getting their emotions when a customer or something would say something to them. And I never read it that way. I was, this guy's just having a bad day, bad experience. I just get to be here, and they just get to direct it to me. So, I don't know. That never bothered me, and I would have a way of calming people down because people just wanted to be heard. They wanted to be validated in what they're hearing and their complaints. So I would listen, and if there's something I could do, a help or suggestion, I'd try to do that. But they come in mad as pissed probably at somebody else and taking it out on me, and most of the time by the time they left, we were cool and situations were calm, and it's because I let this stuff roll off my back. It's not directed at me personally. I don't take things personally, especially when it comes to the public, because you don't know me. You really don't know the real me, not as well as I do, and I don't know you as well as you do. And so it's easy to get in feelings and let things escalate and go crazy places based on our pride and emotions or whatever's going on. It just doesn't bother me. If somebody's got something bad to say, it doesn't matter. Because I know my truth. And that's all I need to know. Rocket Man, I challenge you. Oh, I lost it. Where'd he go? This looks like did he get juicy? I missed out on the juiciness. What's happening to my screen here? Is it getting juicy? Is it getting heated? I figured it might. Rocket Man, my chat rate is like 6. We've had up to 46 concurrent viewers, is what it said. $22 chat revenue. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. Unlike the grifters out there, and not everybody that has a product is a grifter, okay? It's more in the manner that they do it. I think I lost my train of thought again. I'm getting crazy. Rocket Man, I challenge you to ask questions to the grifter and watch how fast you get banned from his channel. Yeah, that's true. I'm not here to ban you. If you got banned by my mods, it's probably the same thing going on. They're looking out. I used to study, one of my degrees was in journalism, right? And so free speech is very important. And one of the reasons I'm not in journalism is because free speech was not there for the longest time. It was just a propaganda machine. So there's another example of a degree helping you out. Not you get a degree and you don't go down that path. Yeah. But I am for free speech. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Doesn't mean the words don't hurt me, okay? They just usually don't. At Jay Violet says, even rude speech should be free speech if people choose to show their ass in the level. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. The only way to combat speech you don't like is with more speech. I agree. I totally agree with that. Yeah. So if you guys don't need to feel like you need to ban somebody because they say something offensive or anything like that, let them. Because I want to know what I want to know what they think. Let me see what their opinion. What is their perspective? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm not seeing something right. I want to be at least open. That's why I got with Grok. I was like, Grok, let me check myself, make sure I'm not just in my feelings all here. I'm getting grifter vibes, and I always have. And he seems to have the same opinion. Grifter traits and qualities. Does the description of this duck match the picture over here? Well, you might have one. Rocket Man says, I'm a lifer paid yearly subscription, leverage master mate. So I challenge this turkey head to show me a live trade well, I do have a tiny trading account that on my music streams you'll see me using. Okay. And I used to on my membership streams just go over my whole, all my stuff. Now, like I said, my trading thing is different. I'm set up for this cycle as a margin position trader. So that's a little different from your daytime scalping. Also, I do swing trading on spot.
and I do perpetuals trading, but there are more swings because I don't sell at the first freaking red candle. I actually set up my trades with a target and let them go to play out most of the time. That's and there are sometimes I'm just like, oh crap, I may have held on too long. But you get stopped out and you go from there. But hey, I'll give you. Now you mentioned you're in the leverage master, so now that's a different guy over there. That's Master Friend. Now, what I get from him, I don't know him. I can't say anything about him. But what I hear from him is that he does pretty good. That he sees a lot more stuff than what the lifer guy sees. So, and maybe that's what's keeping people there. Maybe maybe Master Friend is what's keeping people in the from. Because I'm telling you what Lifer's showing you is not going to get you to the $1 million. That's my whole argument. He's telling you he traded his way to $1 million and he can't bring it. Master Friend, maybe he can. I don't know. I don't know anything about Master Friend, but what I hear from Master Friend is that he's pretty cool. I ain't got no beef with Master Friend. He's not out here, misleading people. And calling bullshit like, well, it breaks up 68% of the time. Every freaking pattern he has breaks to the upside or downside 68% of the time. That was the first clip. And I know where he gets that from. He gets that from our old mentor in the trading group that we all were in back in 2020, 2019, back in the day. Because I started noticing that guy's every pattern is 68% of the time. I think he even told Joe once. Joe came to him with that information. Hey man, all these patterns, they got some different breakouts. He says, no, Joe, they're all 68%. Well, if that's what you're just going to call out 68% false breakouts. Now, some of them are close, and there's a little, some of them are close. Well, you can probably get by with saying 68, 70, but my appeal to pattern trading was the fact that I could go by these patterns and know which one had a better chance to break out or break down in what direction. So I get offended when somebody is really sloppy with that and teaching all the new people 68% chance. I've even seen them take the same damn pattern and you'll see it, a rising wedge. Now normally they break down 60 is the actual number, 60% of the time, by Thomas Bukowski. I'll give you the receipts. I'll show you where I get my training. This guy just pulls it out of his ass, okay? You go to parasite.com, go learn something. Go learn something if you want to be a pattern trader. This is the guy who came up with all that. This is the guy who put in the real work. He didn't pull numbers out of his ass. He actually went through and he dissected the whole freaking markets and everything. This guy is a goat, retired in his 30s, and he's doing all this for free. He's got his books out here, but everything that he's selling in his books, he got here on the patternside.com, and that's commendable. So this is where you can get a real education for free, and not just take some YouTube guru's feelings at the time in the market why it might break up. Well, I think they break up 90% of the time. Well, why don't we come over here and see what the statistics say? If this is mathematical and all based on math and science, well, yeah. Bukowski is that nerd. He's that nerd. He's that good. Love that guy. It's boring as hell to read this, to go through this stuff, but that's where all the alpha is for pattern traders. But anyway, the other guy, he regurgitates what we learned in our trading group, and it comes from Crypto Bitcoin Chris, Crypto Revolution. Everything is 68%. I started noticing that, and I was like, hey man, you calling everything. So even Lifer will have this one technically 60%, but he's always saying 68% chance to break to the downside, unless he's expecting. And there for a while, he was doing this. He was drawing these things out, and they would go up. Now they are supposed to break down, and they usually do. If they break to the upside, they can get parabolic, and they can go hard and heavy. And you hear me talk about that. That's one of the things I look for. But it ain't 68% chance to break to the upside, and that's what he'll call 68% chance is rising wind breaks to the upside. No, bullshit. And all this stuff about these 50-50 patterns, I don't know where the hell that's coming in, because I'm not seeing that from any of the masters over there. So there's a lot of stuff that's just regurgitated from, misinformation maybe before. Or, maybe he's just feeling like, oh, I'm at the point where I can just make up my own little, I've heard him say that, I'll make up my own little style. But he's not teaching. He's not teaching according to, even Mitch Ray. Mitch Ray goes by the traditional masters. That's why I respect Mitch Ray. You'll hear him talk about Bukowski. You'll hear him talk about Wyckoff. You will hear him talk about Scott Carney and all these other guys that really put the work in and did the homework. And you're actually learning something, and not just going by somebody's emotion for, you know, and validation for being the man and making the call. It's all about making that call, ain't it? It's all about making that call. And most of the time, if it's just going in the same direction, that's considered the win. So we nailed it. We got the right direction. Maybe that's enough to satisfy him. It's not what I look for in a call. It doesn't settle with me. So challenge me to a live trade. Well, maybe go check out my. You can see exactly the techniques that I use, and you'll see that they're different, and they'll probably give you an edge from what you've learned over there. Just to be honest with you, trend line strategy, using the fibs. The trend lines tell you when you need to get out, not the red candle that prints. Yeah, might be a concept that might help you out. I'm just saying. That's why I do this. Joe says, Rockman, since you're a master trader, do you follow the grifter's callouts and trade like the grifter? And how long have you been trading? Rockman says paper trading. Oh, you're talking about my paper trading account here? Oh yeah, that was an experiment for me to challenge this idea, which is going to be better to be in Bitcoin or not. That's not the account I trade. You can see the last time I bought Bitcoin. There was one I bought it. I did buy one at 90,000. That one's down 11,000. All that one's been just sporadically bought there. 7 of them at 56,000. All that. It is paper trading, yeah, because I'm tracking an idea. This is how I learned what I'm going to do next cycle, which is we'll go mostly Bitcoin. So if you're not studying and kind of gauging things and tracking things, then you might miss some concepts. That's my take on it. Billy Mongthornton said, Red Rocket, why you triggered? Avi Medina, I love vibes. Don't forget to, hey, thank you very much. So I know this stream is going to ruffle some feathers, and you don't have to like me. I'm just being honest, though. I'm calling out what needs to be called out. It's more grift than substance. It just is. And most people can see it, and the people that did see it get banned. Road Dogg does both paper trading to show new traders how to trade without money. Road Dogg obviously does actual trades. Yeah, you see me do my actual trades. And if you're in the membership group, see, I mean, I was over there doing my breaking down all my spot margin plays, or how I was doing it. Showing you how I was managing and all that, and how it grew and all that. Appreciate the honesty, says DOZ. This is a tough gig life of a trader. Kudos to those who are doing it full time. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you for your support, guys. I appreciate it. I like to give hand clappies. Thank you. All right. Rocketman says, you're wrong, turkey head. I've spent countless hours going through thousands of lifers chart. Are you Sound Price? I'm just wondering, are you? Because he's the only person I could think that would get so riled up to have to come in and defend this. But maybe I'm wrong. You're wrong, turkey head. I spent countless hours going through thousands of lifers charts. Unless you see what I've personally seen, having gone through thousands of lifers charts, you have no substance. I've watched thousands of his calls, and I see that he forces patterns. He forces cups and handles. Do you know this? Do you want to learn something about a cup and handle pattern? The truth about it? I love talking about this shit. Most of the time, what lifers calling a cup and handle is nothing but market structure, higher highs and higher lows. Look, cup and handle. Well, no, that's not even most of the time. Most of the time, it's just got that shape. And one of the things that goes against the rules of cup and handle is this price leading down into it. And he calls those cup and handle. Well, cup and handle to the upside. And you want to tell me, because yeah, you're not going to find now this pattern has a high, if it's followed by the guidelines, a very high rate to break out to the upside. That's why everybody was considered the holy grail. And that's why I think Lifer wants to have that special vision to see them, so he can see the magical pattern. I don't know, but it's a continuation pattern. Okay, it's a continuation pattern. Therefore, if price is coming down to that cup and handle, you got more chances of that coming down to be a double bottom or worse, a drop in. And most of the time when you see him do a cup and handle, that's what you're going to get. You want to see a good example of how one plays out. I've got one over here. Even during this bottom drop, I've got one over here. Yeah, if you want to see how I trade, let's go over here. Here's the one. Let's go up here. Because we documented it just a few days ago. You'll see me use him a lot to explain what doesn't work. You find a bottom reversal pattern at the top. A bottom reversal pattern at the top. Always looking for inverted head and shoulders to the upside at a top. It's a reversal pattern. It's a bottom reversal pattern. It's not a top pattern. The inverted is a bottom reversal. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I must have really. Where am I in student charts, right? We put you over here. Put it over. You're right here. Where are you, cup and handle? Because it was even on the 1 minute. I even did a 1 minute cup and handle that he missed. He didn't get. I figured he would have caught that one. It was an actual cup and handle. Oh my gosh, we just saw it. I just saw it on here. Well, I just saw it. Where did you go? And I put some information over here about Bukowski, and I give you the reasons why what I teach and where it comes from. I doubt that you get that in that group. You just get a little video saying, this is what it is. And if that works for you, that's fine. But how do you know? See, as journalists, I was always taught, don't trust, verify. Verify. Have two sources, at least 2-3 sources. And I guess I carried that over to life. And I don't see any sources here. This is one. This is what he does. This is why they don't work out, because he's not following the trend line. He's too busy working about putting in things into flags and everything rather than seeing the trend line that's broken. He doesn't see that yet. That's how he misses the mark a lot of times. Oh, come on, cup and handle. Where are you, cup and handle? Here. This was when this was after we got here on the bottom with these little lines here. But it came up and price rose into it. It made a nice rounding shape. A little daggery, but not the daggery kind that you're supposed to avoid, which he doesn't ever talk about. It did come back down, and I drew the invalidation line. Did you know there's an invalidation line when this is no longer a cup and handle? Do you know how to actually take the real measured move and not just pull the bull flag? Because that's all he's doing is chasing flags. He turned cup and handle into a flag pattern. Or he turns flag pattern into cup and handle, or however he's doing it. But this one actually did it, and it didn't invalidate. And do you know where you're supposed to jump in? You can jump in here. But the traditional way to do is to wait till it breaks up here. It's not confirmed until price actually gets above here, this confirmation line. Does he ever tell you that? How many cup and handles do you see that don't play out for him? A lot. A hell of a lot for a cup and handy guy. This one, we did really good. This is what we got. It even went past our measure move. That measure move didn't nail it perfectly. It doesn't need to, but sometimes it can if you are careful with them and not trying to pull them willy-nilly to some other target wherever Bookmap has it. If you you don't see him take measure moves right. Okay, he stretches them. What's the purpose of taking a measure move if you're going to scale it or skew it? There's none. It's just for show. That's all it is, for show. For any other reason. If you're going to drag it to whatever target you want it to go to with, why are you taking a measure move? Just draw a line at the target and say, here's my target. You got to make it look legit with the measure move, which it's not a real measure move. So the measure move was 82,000. It went up there, and then it had a steep retrace and almost came back to retest the area that broke out. This was on the 1 minute. Now, you normally are supposed to be looking for cup and handles. They play out better on bigger time frames, but you can find any pattern on anything. But I didn't force this one. This is legit what they should look like and how they should play out. So maybe you learned something that you didn't know, but all this information's out there for free if you just dig around. But if you're just waiting for somebody to tell you what things are and what they're going to do without actually digging in to see if it's right or not, well, here's your ass. It's going to be handed to you at some point. And then you will learn, just like the rest of us have, man. I've got to dig into this and actually do some research and not just trust what other people are out here spitting out on YouTube if you're actually going to make this game work for you. Because they're out here for clicks, and they're out here to make their money that way, or whatever they're shilling. I mean, they don't hurt them if they made a bad call and you took it. They just, just feeling sloppy, but yeah, they were all in their emotions saying, yeah, this is going to, and you took it and because they're being sloppy. Yeah, it all comes down to you actually getting the education yourself. And if you've got a good source of education, which is why I talk about Bukowski, it's why I talk about W.D. Gann, why I talk about William J. O'Neill, it's why I talk about Wyckoff, it's why I talk about the greats, Charles Dow. These are the people that laid out the foundation. These are the people who shared the knowledge, and everybody else is just building off of that. And nothing has changed in these markets over the past several years other than the technology and how fast they can execute these trades and how much easier it is for them to manipulate it that way. But you're going to tell me that some brand new YouTuber coming up with a brand new system or tweaking it, just pulling numbers out of his ass, applying things, very sloppy to what the masters are saying, is going to somehow outperform them, be better than them, rewrite the whole system? And I'm calling bullshit. And, I think we can see where the money comes from. We've spent 2 hours on just this. Oh my gosh. Vote to kick. Uh-oh. Now the community votes to kick you out. I mean, this is a democracy as well. I'm all for free speech, but I mean, you guys might have already done it. I don't know. Let the rocket stay for more interaction on the algorithm. Rocketman says, so you're in the same group as Lifer and he smashed it and you salty? No, I'm salty because he's full of shit most of the time. If you haven't noticed, if you can't see it, then keep following him. If his techniques are working out for you, and if you are seeing millions of dollars come in from his trading strategy, then my gosh, maybe you ought to get a YouTube channel and just really vouch and get that all out there. But I'm willing to bet that most people are not seeing those gains. Most people are probably sitting there saying, why is this not working out for me? I'm trying to do what he's doing. And they're following him blindly into these little 1 minute leverage trades. And then he's out before you know it. He's not following the plan. And there's a and he's saying, yeah, I got it right there now to see you. If you saw this and saw this, you would have done it too. And what the fuck is that? For real. I mean, but if you're learning from it, hey, fine. It looks like a recipe for freaking disaster to me. DOZ says, I support both Lifer and Road Dogg. This stuff is not easy. I listen and support both of them regardless. I want to see us all succeed. That's a good attitude. And listen, I try my best not to bash on this guy, but he walked right into it today. I'm sorry.
Hiding in the notes late at night.
Vote to kick. Well, this stream is almost. Rocketman says, "Kick me out, please." I mean, I want to, I'm fine with you saying your point. I've got nothing against that. If it's working for you, that's great. I don't see this working for the masses or the people he's targeting. They're trying to come in and learn. I don't. And I don't think they're being taught very good things. I bet that trading group that you sign into it and then you're left, what are you supposed to do? What do you do next? Oh, you just go trade setups. Okay, and I guess there's probably trade sets. That's usually how the groups work. There's a bunch of trade sets being posted, and then they only post the winners out of the 50 of them that are listed. Calling, look, the 70% gains on this one, 70%, 133% gains on this setup. He used to do more of that in spot trading. He's got away from it now. He's focused on his 1 minute leverage trading thing. I don't know, but maybe it still goes on over there. But still, if you didn't pick the right ones, and a lot of people don't pick the right ones because a lot of those setups don't work out. I'm willing to bet that the most of the setups that you see, let's pick a random altcoin. I'm going to go with good old Litecoin here. I'm willing to bet that most of the trades that you see posted over there are going to be a bunch of cup and handles. You're going to see a but? Well, I can't even do it. Oh man, I can't even do it. I'm just going to get my paintbrush out. Yeah, I bet you're going to see a bunch of cup and handles to the upside. Woo! I bet you're going to see a bunch of flag setups to the upside. Woo! I bet you're going to see a lot of head and shoulders to the downside, whether they pan out or whether they're actual head and shoulders or not. As long as they kind of mimic it, then it counts, right? Not really solid lines to define them, and just what it looks like. You're going to see a lot of head and shoulders. I bet you're also going to see a lot of symmetrical triangles, because this was his favorite little play. And whenever he do something, he just pinch the tip, and you see him do it on like this one, or any of them. Any of them are always going to be something along this line. That's not the best example that I can get. He does this on things. He draws trend lines before there's a trend line. There'll be a candle going up, and he's already trying to figure out what trend lines, what shape it's going to be before there's anything there. And there's a trend. There's no trend lines saying anything. He's got no. I'm sorry. I just disagree. That creates a bias. Look, if you saw this and saw this, you knew when to get out in retrospect. But there's also this idea. Hey, man. You got something called a trend line, tells you when to get out too, right? And those would tell you when to get out, rather than trying to flag this little bitch to the upside all the damn time. I just see situations where he doesn't look and see support and resistance areas. He doesn't know Fibonacci, or else he would know some of those areas to look for ahead of time and know that flag probably won't get much farther than this. Yeah, I'm just throwing out some ideas. Now it sounds like Master Friend knows some ideas. Well, I don't know. But I'd say you probably get lots of these guys, lots of symmetrical triangles, rather than following the pattern from the start to finish, which would give you more of a rising channel. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things, lots of cups and handles, lots of Adam and Eveses, break up to the upside to the 90% of the time, right? So I don't know if it's working for you, Bubby. Yeah, I got nothing to offer you then. If it's working out for you, good. I'm just a waste of your time. So I may not be the channel for you, and that's okay, because I'm not for everybody. I know that. But it doesn't break my little heart and doesn't get me all excited where I have to start going and banning people. Actually, we have one of the coolest, chillest groups here. Everybody here seems to really get along and respect each other. And that's what I love about my channel. And I don't have to go through all that drama. The best lesson in life is to trust your gut feelings about people or situations. Instincts have been tuned for millennia. I agree. Rocketman, I know WD Gann and Wyckoff. Do you? Have lunch with him? I'm just kidding. Gann is my favorite. I love Gann. Now, I've not been fully down his rabbit hole, and he took a lot of his secrets to the grave, but a lot of his principles have really stuck with me, and a lot of his trading rules and everything. So if you know W. Gann, then you should know that a lot of stuff that's kind of regurgitated on that channel just don't kind of fit, does it? Doesn't really fit with even Gann's wisdom on just how to trade the market or anything, does it? It doesn't, because we went over W.D. Gann in our chart school series, over his trading rules and things like that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Gann. I know Gann swing bar charts. Honestly, I don't really know what you're talking about with swing bar charts. So we might need some clarification on that. We might be calling it by two different things. It may be a matter of semantics. Come on, man. All right. Well, when if I see a comment that's worthy of commenting, I'll comment it. Otherwise, I'm not seeing anything there. Rocketman, do a cup and handle on the monthly for Bitcoin, and that will tell you where the top is. Oh man. Well, Rocketman, I mean, I'd love you can hang out with us sometime. Check me out if you want. You may not. I mean, it sounds like you got everything locked in anyway, and don't need anything that I have to share. And I'm cool with that. But if you do, I mean, you got a welcome place to hang out. We just got to be chill, look at charts, and we get a lot of alpha from other people. What I like about this is I got a good community. And instead of me taking credit for the work, I like to give them props up because they bring a lot of good stuff here to the table. Like Jim brings a lot of good picks. Everybody here brings a lot of good picks on coins that I might normally be looking at. Jim's even brought up some good stock things that had really good charts and good possibilities. I mean, it's all about the community. It's all about the community. And we got a good one. And I like it that way. I'll keep it this way. We've been chill, respectful, and honest. I don't know. I like it here. Kelly L says, I followed Lifer for months before I found Trade Intuition and Road Dog, and I just lost money and didn't learn. I think a lot of people have that. Kelly L says, I wouldn't argue with him, Road Dog. He's following blindly. I was trying to give him a fair share. I'm not wanting to argue with anybody. I mean, like I said, if that's your path, travel your path, my man. I'm just shining lights on some other paths that work, in my opinion, could work better. And so are some other people. Joe's doing it. Now, Joe doesn't do things the way I do them. We don't do things the same. We do things, a lot of things overlap, but we got our own little differences. But, it's not that I disrespect, Lifer's got a 200 moving average. He uses the 200 moving average strategy. I'm familiar with that from when I used to have to program my bots back before I even learned TA. I learned a lot of indicator strategies back then. That's legit. It's the forcing patterns that gets him a lot, and just getting locked in on the very small time frames. And the biggest thing that I see is just not respecting the trend line from, the major trend lines. It's like, that don't count. That's still a flag. Well, if they break that trend line, they're less likely to play out. That's just fact. I'm just telling you fact. But, do you, baby? No, see where you... Okay, no, see, that's where you're wrong. And all wins and losses are posted. Everything's public. Not on his channel. He only posts things when he wins things. He has never hit that profit and loss that panel. You can go to your exchange, and there's a page that has your complete profit and loss, how much money that you put in, how much money that you take out. It's got it spells out the whole enchilada. He will not ever go to that page. I've shown that page on my stream a lot. I've shown that page. I don't do it here on the live stream. I've done it in the YouTube memberships, the $3 a month thing. And I've shown it over. That's the page that you need to be seeing. That's the one that you look on your own. That's not the page. He's just showing you, and he just shows it whenever it's convenient or looks good. I mean, most people do. I'm not going to. That's and to be honest, that's when it's on most people's mind is when it looks good to share it anyway. So that's part of human nature. I'm not dissing that. We do have human nature plays a lot into this. We got to realize that, but. There's this one. He just goes through where the last trades or something like that. It's on the trading screen that you got. There's another section called your profit and loss that breaks everything down, even going back as far as usually 6 months or more. You got a little graph that follows it, the performance and all that. He doesn't show that, so he's not showing you. He's not showing you everything. He's showing you what looks good at the time that it looks good. And a few little losses here and there when, But there's been a lot of losses that I've seen him not talk about because he'll come back and that account's down like $1,000 and it's like, no, and hey, not mentioning anything about it. Lifer said today that he could see the charts better than anyone else and find trades nobody else can find. That should tell you right away it's all bullshit. Exactly. And that's the talk that's the new people coming in are hearing that and all the bravado and confidence, and then they get their asses handed to him by some of the bullshit, risky stuff that he's trying to get them to do. All he does is focus on the small ass time frames and scalping anymore. And that's probably just because that's where he gets the most engagement. Because I notice people like my streams where I do 1 minute stuff too. So, but that's not the If you read WD Gann, he said, and it's documented. It's his quote. You don't make your money from scalps. You make your money from the swings and long position holds. Gann said that. So if you've been reading Gann, I expect you to know that. Kelly says, I was already having a really hard time following the Crypto Lifer and didn't start learning until I found Joe and Road Dogg. Lifer trades emotionally and impulsively and draws patterns without confirmation. I agree. I think so too. Rocket Man, this brings to mind Proverbs 26:45. Don't answer a fool according to his folly, for you yourself will be just like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes. Okay, well, I'm not getting exactly the context that you're trying to relate that to here, but yeah, I do like Proverbs, and there's a lot of wisdom to be found there. Also talks in the Bible about how boastfulness is just kind of like, it's almost like a foul odor to God. God doesn't like boastful people. And I'm sorry, and I don't either. So maybe that's why I don't like him. He's too damn arrogant and boastful, and trying to play it off as, no, I'm really just trying to show you your possibility. But you might have to stick with me for years to get where I am. I mean, are we able to learn these concepts by joining a trading group, or is this going to, like, oh my God, we're going to have to get a PhD in all this stuff to finally figure it out? Am I really going to have to stick with you $99 a month for all this? I mean, if you like paying them money, then go for it. Personally, I mean, my trading group, I think I paid almost $500-600 when I joined it, and I thought that's too damn much. But it's the cheapest option out there at the time, because most of the courses are $5,000 from all the damn grifters. You think YouTube's not full of grifters chilling courses and trading groups that don't give you the value that they claim to give you? Because when I joined my trading group, I was like, okay, well, what now? Go watch all these videos, these boring ass things where I went over Investopedia word for word, which said, well, you mean I could have just went to Investopedia and read this? But what helped me out when I joined the trading group is because I didn't have direction. I didn't know where to start. So I got that, and then I built upon that in the trading group, and I didn't need the trading group anymore. I found my direction, I found the rabbit holes to go in, and I did, and then here I am. And I know people that's got trading groups, and they're good people, and they're doing it right. There's a way to do it that's right. And if you're going to take new people and teach them, I mean, there are some people that Joe's one of them. He's got a paid group. It's not overly expensive, but he actually does. Joe was in our group when Joe came to the trading group. When I started my YouTube channel 3 years ago, I decided I'd sign them up for that group, and I'd use some of their trade setups in their Telegram group as well, and share them over there. But Chris brought Joe in, and I was like, oh wow, something's different this time. And it was actually because Chris would always say, well, come on, we'll take you, we'll teach you how to be a professional trader, this and that. But you get in there, it's like you're cut loose and like you're on your own. Oh, here's trade setup, figure it out. Ask them a question, they tell you to Google it. It wasn't even set up to chat, so you could really talk to other people and get their ideas and bounce ideas. They took the chat out, so it'd be all strictly charts and this and that. But then when they got Joe in, it was different, and Joe was there helping people. And I saw how he did his charts, and I saw how he took the time to really explain things and help people know things. And I mean, that's different, and that's what was promised but wasn't ever delivered. And I thought, oh man, Chris is really stepping up his game. He's actually making this. He could turn this into like the #1 trading group out there. And I was like fired up, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm going to stick with this group. And I saw what Joe did, and that's why I backed Joe, because I've seen him in action. He's the only one with the group that I'll do that for, because I know from experience and how he put himself out there as an admin in that trading group. And he does the same thing on his channel too. And so yeah, he has a paid group, and it's not nothing that I would do. I have issues with it myself, for me personally, but I don't diss anybody else that's doing it, because a worker needs to be paid. They deserve to be paid. And you put a lot of work in on this. My wife was telling me how much I've been putting it in and how little return I get for what I do here on YouTube and stuff. But hence the music, I'm chilling. Hey, maybe that'll take off. For me, I don't, because I know what I'm not going to take your hand and hold it through this market. I'm not going to do that. But I will have a free community that has all the resources, and then we can chat about things and go over concepts. If you got questions, at least I can point you in the right direction and give you my take on it. and give you the resources you need to help you better navigate. That's all I'm doing. And I'm not charging for it. But Joe is actually out there, helping people do that, and yeah, he deserves to be paid for that. And it's nowhere near $99 a month or $99 an hour or anything like that. So, well, as far as trading groups, there's my take on it. But they can be helpful. They can be helpful. But they can also waste your time and waste your money and lead you to bad habits. I see that a lot too. That's what I got out of the group that I was in. I got a lot of bad habits out of that group. Lifer got a lot of bad habits out of that group too, being in way too many coins. And I know it all comes out that he's all calculated and everything, but no, there's a lot of winging it, fake it till you make it stuff going on over there too. Kelly, Road Dog is being nice to you, won't kick you and give you his time, and you're putting him down for random nonsense. You don't sound like you're great. Rocket Man, Road Dog is on his face, and yeah, I did. I just don't. Well, one, I'm getting a little older, and I'm not looking as pretty as I was in my handsome days, so therefore we do get the filters. And two, I don't really want my face out there. I don't. If things do go good with this channel, which it's not for everybody, I don't need that. I don't need the scrutiny. But some people are seeking fame and fortune, and they want their faces out there. That's cool. So it says, who gives a shit how someone wants to present their stream? I find the change of faces far more entertaining than some douche in a suit. Rocket Man says, Joe, I guess you, Joe. Good to meet you. Joe's a good guy. Joe's a good guy. Well, I mean, you get me feeling emotional here, but Joe's got a big heart. And when you see people that really have a big heart and a true heart, I mean, you feel that. And so you got people out here trying to do the right thing, trying to get good information, trying to get some good solid strategies and techniques out here to help people that are struggling, because that's where I was. Okay, here's my story. Crypto, I've been in crypto since about 2013. And I played it totally wrong. There was one time I thought I was a genius and won 10 Bitcoin back in the day, and didn't have it. Don't have it now. You do something and it works and you think, oh, I figured out something. And I stayed away from technical analysis. That was the last thing that I ever learned, because I thought it looked like rocket science. And I was like, that's too complicated. Too nerdy. But I spent so many years putting money into this market and throwing $500 in here and $500 there whenever I got a paycheck that I could afford a little bit. And I was just continually feeding it, and we keep taking it. And sometimes I would do good, and then it'd give it back. And then I knew the 4-year cycle, and I'm like, man, I want to get this. I want to do this right and get in and do this right, because you see other people making millions of dollars in crypto. And when I did a real list, I was blown. Where you could see how much people hold. Back in 2012, it blew my mind that people had billions and millions and millions of dollars of these crypto. And I'm like, this is so new. How can you be so trustworthy to put millions of dollars into this new stuff? Because we're talking about 2013, like Litecoin, we're talking millions and millions of people, wallets of millions and millions of dollars. I'm like, how do you be so ballsy to do something like that? I figured everybody's like me, just putting in, a few hundred, maybe a few $1,000s into things. I was naive. My point is, I didn't have very much money when I started this game, and didn't for a long time after I was in this game. I had to get mad at this market and look at Square dead in the face and say, you're going to give me back everything. I mean, I started out as a miner. I started out, and then I got into a trading bot, which was an awesome bot, which was programmable, and that's where I actually did the fast backwards and learned these complicated indicator strategies, which, gosh, I thought I was taking a shortcut, getting an easier way to make money, but no, it was. I remember I paid 0.2 Bitcoin for that bot, which was a lot back then, but not as near as it would be right now. But anyway, so I'm trying to make it in this game, and I'm not. I'm just continually feeding the market, and it sucked. and I needed direction, and I didn't know where to look, and there was no information on here on YouTube, except for a few grifters shilling $5,000 to $10,000 little courses that would just go over and teach you the basics that you can learn on Investopedia. I didn't know where to go, where to start. And it looked hard, and it didn't look like fun. And I like, man, I'm going to hate learning this. But then I fell in love with it because, man, pattern trading spoke to me. So the first thing that spoke to me was pattern trading. And the idea of maybe, falling in wedges. That was the big one. That was my favorite. That's the one that my mentor used to really like to go with. And he'd make anything into a falling wedge. He could make anything into a falling wedge. It wasn't until I started digging in more into GAN and the angles and everything that I started taking up more of the channel ideas, which I think are more effective. But anyway, the pattern trading is what got me into it, and seeing that, oh, this one has a higher probability of breaking out, or if this setup, and started out as a breakout trader, pattern trading. They thought, okay, I guess I go all in here on the breakout. Woo! Oh, here's a trade setup. Well, they put it out there. It must be, I might be a little late, or maybe it's a little early. I'm like, let's go in. You know, you got newbie thought processes. Those newbie thought processes, that's what gets you wrecked when you're new. And Trading Group didn't help that. That didn't help that. But it did give me a sense of direction on what to look for. I got to learn what I needed. Bukowski, to give where I learned from Bukowski was actually from watching Crypto Savvy. You remember him? He used to be really good, and this before he turned perma-bear. But I used to like watching his TA, and he was a pattern trader, measure moves and this and that, and he got into what was it? Well, he knows about Wyckoff. He knows about it all. He's a very knowledgeable trader. He just got a bit on a bearish bias. I don't know if he still is or not. But all last cycle, he was bearish all the way to the top. I don't know what happened there. It just it went weird. But I always respected him as TA. I just never understood his bias. I think a lot of people said maybe he missed out buying it. But I do remember, when he was calling for lows and I was listening to him, and I missed a good Bitcoin entry before Bitcoin shot up because he was being all bearish back in. And this is when I was first learning TA. And I remember this one because the pattern was a three-dome house, the three-dome house pattern, something in a domed house. I forgot, but then, as Bukowski says, the more complicated your pattern is, the less likely it is to play out. But this was happening, and then this is it. We're going down to 3,000. It's over. The scary point in the market, kind of like what it feels like now. And he never came back bullish from that. He's even going up here. It's not real, fellas. It's not real. It's gonna, it's not real. It's not real. It's a distribution. I don't know what happened, but he went full on bear the whole way up. The whole way up. I don't know. But it was through him that I learned about Bukowski and Wyckoff. He'll mention it, and I was like, oh, dialing into that, because my mentor never mentioned Bukowski. It's kind of like they don't want to give away the sources that they're drawing on to share with their group. They want to keep it hidden so you don't go find it and copy and open your own group or whatever. I don't know what they're thinking. But they keep everything kind of secret and everything. And I'm like, that's the opposite of what you need to do. And so that's why I give credit to Bukowski every chance that I get. It changed my life. Even credit to Crypto Savvy, even though, I don't know what happened there, but if I wasn't watching him, I wouldn't have learned about Bukowski. So my mentor, who I think knew about Bukowski, never, or else where did he get it? Maybe he took another course. I think I've heard the story that my mentor took a course from somewhere else inside Open Trading Group. I know from his own words that, he just started this group as a bunch of little people, and it just kind of grew, and then he started charging, and then started getting all the trading group money because, some people paying you $100 a month, you get 4,000 people doing it. That's some pretty good money, ain't it? And then the game changes, and then you're dependent on that lifestyle, that income. And so you might find yourself doing some things to keep that going on and keep that up. And some of those things may not be on the up and up. Depends on what kind of position of life you get into, So my preference is I don't even want to go down that road. I mean, I maybe I could get on here and chill and grow a channel. I don't know. The channel hadn't grown much in 3 years because I'm not for everybody, and I'm cool with that. So I'm not salty about it because I chose not to go for a paid group for the reason I don't want the. I know I could turn it. I know I could be a lot more wealthy now, but it doesn't settle well here. And I'm not going to hold their hand. That's the only way that I would feel worthy of being paid for that. If I was there actually holding your hand through it, being that, and I'm not a financial advisor or a crypto advisor, and that's the role that I feel that is missing from a lot of those groups is that person to take you and handhold you through it, and, and be there and do those little emergency videos. They'll come up to answer that one little question, and I only know one person that does that, and that's Joe. See how we weaved? We did the weave. We brought it back, but we weaved. I went all over the place, but we weaved it right back. That's a miracle. Well, guys, this is probably one of the most weirdest streams I've ever done, and most unusual. And we haven't really gotten into the price and Bitcoin. Of course, it's just going sideways for the most part, anyway. But guys, I appreciate you for hanging out. And what was his name? Rocket Man. Thanks for being here. And no hard feelings. I'm not trying to diss you or anything. I'm just calling out what I see, and that's what I do on the charts, and that seems to be what I do in life. Especially as I get older, I don't seem to give a crap what other people think. Road Dog is ugly. We tried the paper bag, but the turkey tasted better. Oh my gosh, that cracked me up. That's hilarious. I don't have a laugh track. That's funny. Oh my God, some people would throw you out of their chat group for saying something. How am I that funny? I love you guys. You guys are so awesome. You guys are awesome. Joe, I guess you're not streaming tonight? Oh man. JG says, bro, we trust you in your knowledge of theory. You also know there's a stretch between theory and getting rich in crypto. Ain't there, though? It's a hard road. It is a hard road. It's a lot easier if you got a paid trading group, though. I'm just saying. Ain't it? A lot easier to flaunt that Rolex if you got a paid group. And that gets missed. But it is hard. I'm struggling right now with this drop. I didn't play things perfectly. I don't know anybody that did play this perfectly. I don't. Everybody's talking about hurting, especially if you had long-term bags, and that was the game plan, right? You want them long-term bags to make the big money. It's just that altcoins just keep giving it back, and we're learning. Although, I mean, to be fair, last time in this cycle, altcoins were kind of doing some of the same stuff, and then they did have run. But I remember last cycle, I was like, where are the big gains? That's why it kept tripping me up. I would see my account go up, and I'm like, okay, it's working. I can see where we can go with this. But that was, and same thing happened. Used to, you're told when you start bragging and showing, look, honey, look for her up. That's the sell signal. I agree. Every time in hindsight, I can say, yeah, definitely, that was a take profit moment. I think that is one of the best indicators of when you need to sell is when you start saying, look what we're doing. Look how much we're up. Look, this portfolio. Oh, yeah. But for me, I guess I was being greedy. I didn't feel like I was being greedy. I felt like I was being all confident that, oh man, this is, and of course you're thinking, yeah, I can still go up. But every time you get to that point, for me, it seems like every time I get that point, man, this looks good. I'm in profit. I'm up maybe 1-2x overall on everything, and I should have sold the majority. I should have sold 75% right there, or at least half. Instead, looking back, I probably took maybe 20%, so I could have done better. And then I've had to put that in to kind of manage some of these positions. I mean, it's I could have played it better. In hindsight, I can think, but that's what I think is important. So rather than, coming out and be boisterous about, I mean, where you grow in this sphere is looking at what you're doing wrong and the mistakes that you're making in the past. Unless you can do that, you're not going to grow. And if you're always coming out here thinking you got all the right secret sauce and everything, and I mean, one, you're going to lead other people down the wrong path, and two, you're not going to see where you need to improve on your own strategy. And that's just the truth. Your best thing to do is to look at the mistakes. Why did that cup and handle not play out? That's the only way. That's what I had to do to figure it out. How come I keep getting these cup and handle patterns and they're not playing out? I had to dive deep into that. And then I found what people are not being taught. There's rules to these patterns, and if you follow the rules, the guidelines set by the people who've been doing this for the last 150 years or more, the little techniques and tips, you have better luck. But if you start forcing things and trying to make it fit in, and I see something nobody else sees, I'm special, man, you're going that's where you're getting into some dangerous territory. That's just where you're getting into dangerous territory. Putin's asking, are you going live tonight, Joe? Not tonight. We'll stream Sunday night. Okay. And my apology. I started late tonight. I was asleep. And this thing has went way too long. 2 hours. With this time to go, people. 43 people. This is the most I've had. And what was the peak? 53 people. Wow, that broke a record tonight. I'm sure I pissed off most of them. So, I don't know. But I knew it. You gotta go see what the Twitter storm has brought. Kelly says, just help a robot without being so honest. I think that's the best way to be. The best way to be. I mean, just like everybody else, I'd hope that my spot margin strategy would have, and it did really good. I didn't capitalize on it at the right time. And so, no, she's in some major drawdown because I didn't execute. And you'll hear me say that. I mean, as good as a trade setup is, and I think you'll see it, whoever watching, even live or channel or whatever, where people mess up is in the execution of it. You have the trading plan, but it's the execution of that plan, not letting it play out. I'm saving profits. Well, maybe it was a bad trade setup. You could have exercised a little more discernment rather than just jumping willy-nilly in. I mean, that's what the masters would be saying, right? Only take the best probable setups. And sometimes you'll hear these words come out of these people, and then you'll turn right around and see them just jump in one of the willy-nilly trade, buying at the top of resistance, going long at resistance or short in support, and then you got to say, why? Why? That goes against what you're saying. I mean, sometimes you see that a lot too. And I've done it. I've jumped in some. I'll let my little degen get me into some trades too on some of the live stuff that I've done. And when you do that, you get paid for it. Just not what you were hoping at the time, right? It's good to have good, solid rules and to be discerning. And not just try to come out every day to make a trade on the live stream to show you that I can win something. I mean, that's all for self-aggrandizement. That's not teaching good habits to wait for the trade to come for you. That's chasing. I mean, I'm just calling it like it is. It's true. And I mean, you either, see things for what they are, or you make up excuses to explain them in a way that doesn't hurt your feelings as much. But Bitcoin trading sideways on the weekend, 4 hour. We're in the middle of the cloud over here. That's cool. We might have a chance to actually hit some of these targets and ride above the. It looks like this next week, they might be trying to get us up a little bit. I hope so. We need that. But do remember, our bigger moving averages, they got some work to do. We're not out of the woods to just rocket ship up. There's some bearish crossings going over here on the bigger moving averages. That might be something new for you, Mr. Rocket Man. My interpretations of how to read moving averages. That might be insightful for you, actually. Or maybe Master Friend already knows. Master Friend sounds like he has a much broader knowledge base of how this market works than his counterpart. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll finish on this little tiny 6-minute chart just because, we usually do. It's good. We're above the 2 moving average. We got the bearish cross of the 50 over that, so I'm not sure how much this will stick. We may come back and talk to that little guy somewhere around 84. Are we doing higher highs? We're doing higher lows. She's ranging. Do you see what's happening? Where price is going sideways, and now the moving averages are starting to come up and twist around. We're ranging right now. We're just consolidating, and I think we'll continue to do that for most of the weekend, unless they want to try to pull something on us tomorrow night. But if they do, I wouldn't trust it. They're just trying to entice you to chase some candles, and then they're just going to slam it back down on us. That's what I see. You got here on. let's go with the smaller time for the 4 hour. We're at 4 hours. We're just there. 4 hours is a good time frame to take us through this weekend and everything, and that's where the bearish crosses are happening. So when I say we can't get back up here 95, 97, I hope that we do. I need us to actually get up. We need to get a higher high. We need to get 100,000. I don't know if that's coming or not, but hopefully we'll get something. And like I explained, my goal is I'm taking profits. I ain't buying nothing. I'm taking profits. That's my game plan. I've already got my positions. I need to take profits. So I'm trying to play like the whales and do what the whales do, because they make all the money, and they're not chasing candles either. They're selling. And so when we can get our mindset and our opportunities, when we get on the right side of this game, and getting stopped out actually freed up a lot of capital so I could turn things around. So I'm kind of excited about it. I just need altcoins to start showing me some love a little bit. But, you know, the idea, you know, we want to have our positions ends as close to bottoms as we can get. We do. And I've done a really good job, I think, maintain my liquidation positions on spot margin. The position trade I'm doing with Bitcoin, which is mostly Bitcoin. I'm focusing mostly on Bitcoin now. So I've been soaking her up all through here, even down here at 70, 76, getting all that I can within reason for what I can do without putting myself in case they want to just drive us down here to like 60,000, so I don't get liquidated, because we don't know. So I got to keep that in mind. So, I mean, I could go willy-nilly with harder and be just riding, yeah, man, but I'd be putting myself at stupid risk. So I've been concerned because I'm trying to get the dry powder, because I think we will go up and we will come back down, and then that will just help me keep building my bags, my spot margin bags. And then we can also have the perpetual futures plays popping off in between there. But I'm more of a swing trader than the day trader. I'm not a big day trader. Scalping, it does it. Even if you look at Lifer's account, I mean, that thing's been at 12, 13,000 forever. I mean, it's not growing. You're maintaining, which is good. That means that you're at a period where you can maintain and not lose. That's growth. The next step is to start being more profitable. And so he's going along the learning curve of it, but like I said, to start putting yourself as the pro trader, that was his term. I'm a pro trader. What is a pro trader? A pro trader is one that makes their living from, you guessed it, trading. Just like a professional cook makes their living from what? Cooking. Just like a professional lawyer makes their living from what? Lawyering. And what we see really is he's a trader with some skills, and an analyst with some skills, but he's mostly a salesman, and that's where he gets skewed. That is the core issue. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash the man. I'm bashing that he's not being transparent, and he takes issues with it. And all he's got to do is just to say, yeah, I do. I make a shit ton of money from my business side of the trading group. I make most of the things that I've got, I come from that. But I do have a system that I believe in that I can share with you, and I'll share it with you every day. That would squash all this. That would squash all this for a lot of people, and they would respect him more for it, I do believe. But instead, we're always shunning that and trying to hide it and not let it be exposed to the light that, hey, man, really, most of the money that I made in the last 4 years, it's been from you guys, me shilling out everything I've got here. No, you're being told something different. That's the problem that I have. I want to clarify that. I'm not trying to come out here and hate on him, bash on him because he's been successful in what he's done. I'm bashing on the idea. He's telling you that, you know, it was his trading skills, his individual trades that got him there, and that's not true. You can see it in his behavior. LT would have nailed that Solana call and sold it at $200 or more, instead of riding it up and down 2 or 3 times. I'm just calling it out like it is. And if you've been in the game, you can see it. And if you haven't been in the game, you can't see it yet. And that's the people that are buying that new Rolex and that new Escalade. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being patient with me. And been a weird street, I know. Hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers, but that's what I see. And I'm just calling it as I see it. Good night, everybody. Oops, hit the wrong button, Sean. My wife told me to be nice tonight. I think I was okay. What do you guys think? Was that too hard? I don't think I was too hard. I think I was just being honest and truthful. But that was the goal. But was I? Because I could be. Maybe I don't realize. Maybe I'm in the asshole, right? I like to keep myself in check. I don't like to be caught up in a bunch of crap. So I'm just curious. Lottery, I'm using that. It's not. Why is that not working? Little click your thing. Click. There we go. The new bits are really. Oh man. Oh, yeah. They should be about out in a day or two, but man, they make me sleep. That's for sure.
Bull runs my wave. I'm rewriting the game. Neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through the dark, I'm flying high. Yeah. Crypto's glow won't fade my soul. Bull run shines upon my gold.
I like humor. Humor's fun. We all need to laugh.
Run. Rook pulls behind.
Aw. Thank you. You must have seen when the lights were down dim.
Echoes in my core. Ooh, yeah. Moons lift me up. I'm craving more.
Oh man, I feel like I missed so much in the chat. I wish I got to talking too much. And I don't get to see the chats after the stream. That's what's so bad. I don't really have a record of them, so I miss stuff.
Crypto's my rhythm flowing through my sight. Bull runs my dawn, burning up the night. Neon bull run lighting up the sky.
I'm just posting some of your guys' chat.
Rising through the dark, I'm flying high. Yeah.
I think we got down there, didn't we?
Bull run shines, I found my gold. Neon bull run. Oh. Yeah, the lights ignite.
Thank you, Floki's Angels. I appreciate that. You're always so supportive, my man.
Now I'm stacking stars, I've broke it all.
Where are you? There they are.
Crypto's my spark, my
Slinda says, no, this is not the weirdest stream. Please keep striving for perfection. That's my take. I mean, we should all just keep trying to get better and get better. My take. But you can't do that unless you really look at things and look at the truth of them, right?
neon bull run lighting up the sky. Rising through
Kelly says, knowing much about TA doesn't always prepare you for everything crazy in the crowd. That's definitely true. I mean, we'll start with TA, and that's a great place to start. And it helps you control your emotions. And, you know, I started in with TA, and then I learned, oh crap, now we got to, what, psychology? What the hell? That's not what I signed up for. I just wanted to know when buy, when sell. Well, to do that, you got to really look at your psychology. That leads to a road to self-discovery and learning about yourself and controlling your mind. It did for me. Oh my gosh, I've got so much more control of my emotions now than I did before. Because I relied very heavily on intuition and feeling and all that before. Trading's helped me rein that in. So I'm like, I can only use that when I need it. It's just been really, it's a self-help system. I really believe that. I think trading and TA is. It just leads you where you got to look at things. Chances of them dumping us tomorrow being Sunday, I don't know. They haven't yet. I think they want to. So the theory is they'll either run us down now. So if too many people start thinking that we're going to go up and then come down, they may go ahead and run us down and then bounce it. That's just the way market makers make. Check out Trade Travel, that video that I posted on the market that she posted. She made. I put it in our group. You'll find that enlightening. I love Annie. She's awesome. Those are the people that you can get a good education from. She's not out here trying to say, called it, did this, and all that. She's giving alpha, and she comes from a good place. I like Annie.
I'm pulling you, hands tight, my secret's true. BTC, it's in my sway. Pump, 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 come my way. Pump it,
I'm way behind on this chat, aren't I?
kiss the moon. Pump it,
Okay, here we are. I think I'm caught up. Selena says, eventually we will learn. You never sell the top nor buy the bottom.
pump it, feel my groove. Pump it, pump it,
Joe says, love that you don't get offended with people who have different thoughts than you. No echo chamber here. I know, I don't want an echo chamber at all.
pump it, soft and slow.
That doesn't do anybody any good. It just doesn't. You saw what he did to Twitter, how crazy Twitter got.
Let it
Yeah. Oh, J Volley's on it. She's on top of it. Look at that. Still got 31 people here listening to the music. If I got some good songs playing, I haven't changed the song list. Need to go back and read all the. I'm trying to scroll back now to see if I missed anything. Oh my gosh, I'm sure I'll get most of the comments I get, and it pisses me off. I'm getting them from those bots shilling that seed phrase wallet scam or whatever that is, and it hides. I can't see the real comments that I get that I want to respond to. It's pissing me off. So I want to respond to every comment that's posted on any of my videos or streams, but I can't get to them. I can't see them half the time because of the scam stuff. So just know that I want to respond to you. And if I don't, it's because, well, I just didn't see it as it got buried.
Crypto's in your eyes tonight. I'm
How to keep, oh, okay. I don't think I know how.
While it's locked, your keys are T's, a game I can't unwind.
Kelly says I love Annie too. She's awesome.
I'm not your trader, not your pawn. I see through the haze.
She's awesome. It's a little bit more of a complex way of looking at things, you know, with the vector candles and all that route. But the things behind it, the 3 levels and all that. Yeah, that's she's spot on with all that stuff. She knows her stuff. She knows her stuff. She's got a good. She goes by a good system. It's just more complicated. I don't think it has to be that complicated. So, but it doesn't mean that, you know. I mean, you pick up nuggets from anybody, even if their style is different from you. If they're out there and they're actually sharing information instead of trying to validate themselves and shill some kind of freaking group, you can actually learn something. And Andy's a great one to learn from. Andy Bit Consensus, he's good. He's cool. Most of the people that I can think of are cool. Alex O's a little suspect right now. I like the way he does it, but he's starting to get into that money side. I don't know. I hope he doesn't follow down that path that, you know, where that's the most important thing. But, you know, Alex O, I hear a lot of good things, and I've seen, you know, what I've seen him do. Good. I got nothing to say. There are a lot of people out there that want to help and share what they see and everything. And then you got the ones that are just all about monetizing it and not being transparent about wanting to monetize it, I guess. Scotch and salty turkey go great together. No scotch tonight. Yeah, I think that's the one I got posted over there. Unless you did one today, I don't know, but yeah. She is good. She is good. Trade, travel, chill, yeah. My Aussie, are you from Aussie? Australia too? I thought she was from South Africa. I don't know. I don't know. Where's? Maybe she is Aussie. I don't know. I can't. It's hard for me to tell the difference sometimes between Aussie and South Africa accents. Anyway, she's just great. She's awesome. Our goal should be just to find the tools that work for us and put them in our toolbox. She is Aussie. I just get the vibe. She comes from a really good, you know, she comes from a good place when she's wanting to do. I remember she was over in Banter for a little bit. I don't know what happened over there, but man, that's where I first saw her, and I was like, oh man, she knows. She knows her stuff.
She rocked old jeans last fall, no doubt.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I think I'm going to check out now. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Heart skipped when she peeled.
The dog has got a wave.